accepted for this event. Every other person, respectfully, we recognize you, but please let's cut short on the time that we'll use here. If that is allowed, we're starting straight. And it is with pleasure and respect that I want to call on the host, our registrar, Secretary to the Governing Council, Dr. Kayode Akindele Ogunleye, to deliver the welcome address.
Welcome address delivered by the registrar, Dr. Kayode Akindele Ogunleye, on the occasion of the 4th Annual Registry Seminar held on Thursday, March 21, 2024 in the Great Hall, Lautech, Ogbomoso. Protocols. Our Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the University Governing Council and the Chairman of this occasion, Professor Ayodeji Omole, the Acting Vice Chancellor, Professor R.O.R. Kalilu, the Bossa, Mr. Abami Okediji, University Librarian, Dr. Mrs. Aduke Aboyade, invited guest speakers of today, Dr. Omojola Awusi and Mr. Olukayode Akindele, Provost and Deans, Directors, Heads of Departments and Units, all invited guests, participants from other institutions, my colleagues in the registry, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. It is a big pleasure for me to welcome you all to the 4th in the series of Lautech Registry Seminar since my assumption of duty as registrar of this great citadel of learning. The role of registry in university administration cannot be overemphasized. It serves as the backbone of academic institution, meticulously handling the records and registration and administrative processes that uphold the integrity and efficiency of our academic programs. That is why training and retraining of the registry staff cannot be undermined. Today, as we convene, we have the opportunity to delve deeper into the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead, to exchange insights and to forge new pathways towards enhancing our services and support for students and staff. I'm elated that we are here today again to hold this seminar, which is one of the major highlights of my vision and mission towards the development of the registry staff in particular and the university in general. I made a promise before my appointment to do all what I could to make Lautech Registry to evolve and develop beyond the level I met it. And one of the means by which it could be developed is through staff training such as this. This we have been able to do successfully through the cooperation of my colleagues and the university management. Upon my assumption of duty in the university as the 5th substantive registrar of this university on February 14, 2019, I mooted the idea of holding the first seminar training workshop, which was titled Registry, Nerve Center for System Development and Quality Management. It was a 3-day in-house training program that was held from August 27 to 29, 2019 for all categories of staff in the registry and was anchored by my colleagues in the registry department. I wish to acknowledge the support of the then Vice Chancellor, Professor M.O. Ologunde, for his unwavering support for the first edition of the training program. He's not here, but I want to acknowledge what he has done. And I think we can give him a round of applause. The next one, thank you very much. The next one fell within COVID-19 period and was held as a webinar with the following topics: leveraging on technology in university administration, preparation of transcripts in a timely and efficient manner, and post-COVID-19 and the imperative of adoption and adaptation to the new digital trends by the university registry staff. Leveraging on technology, the topics were handled by our guests, both within and outside the country. And we also had participants from outside the country. Again, we had the support of the university management under the leadership of the then Vice Chancellor, Professor M.O. Logunde. The last edition of the program before this one was held on September 21, 2021, with the theme, Records Management and Performance Improvement for Registry Staff. We had two main speakers then. My joy over the years in holding the seminar training programs for registry staff is twofold. I was able to fulfill one of my promises during the interview for my appointment as registrar. And I have seen progressive impact and change in job performance by registry staff in the university. I think my colleagues can clap for themselves because I know without your support, we wouldn't get to where we are today. We are not yet there, but we are still moving. We are not stagnant. We are not static. Today, after a 2-year break due to some circumstances beyond our control, we have invited two seasoned speakers and experienced university administrators, Mr. Oluka Akindele, my namesake, and Dr. Mojola Awosusi, to speak to us on the topics, the art of networking in university administration, and then managing Nigerian universities in times like this, quest for quintessential administrators, respectively, in this seminar. Seminar like this provides opportunity for us to exchange meaningful dialogue, to share our experiences and expertise, to learn from one another. Together, we can explore emerging trends, discuss effective strategies, and collaboratively envision the future of academic administration. Ladies and gentlemen, apart from organizing the annual seminar training program for the registry staff of university, the university management has also been very supportive of the registry by encouraging and supporting us in going for conferences and seminars outside the university. To this, I give a word of appreciation to the management under the leadership of our able, capable, and acting Vice Chancellor, Professor Razak Olatunde Rom Kalilu. Acting Vice Chancellor, sir, we appreciate you for the support you have been giving us since you came on board. And also let me openly admit here, you know, the experience of my colleagues in other universities, they will tell you, bursary, they are a problem. Bursa is a problem. They won't release funds. But with my colleagues here, Mr. Abayomi Okediji, the relationship has been superb. He has supported us. He has supported me personally. Bursa, please, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. He not only released funds timely for us, he supports us in every way we go. He will come around at times. How is this going on? And then today, he's not only here physically, he has supported us in every means he can. Please, my colleagues in the registry, let's appreciate our bursa. And I want to appreciate the university librarian too. She's always there for us. She's the only mama we have in the management, and she has been playing that role. We appreciate you, ma. I also want to appreciate our guest speaker for taking the time to come and talk to us and how we can improve ourselves and system in which we are working. Dr. Mojola Awususi, they will soon read his citation for us. He's loaded. He's a 2-term registrar. He spent 10 years as registrar of Ekiti State University and 1-time president of Association of Registrars of Nigerian University. In fact, in Enugu, when we met, he was part of the people that handed over to us management of Association of Registrars of Nigerian University. And to my friend, namesake Akindele, since our path crossed in Bowen University in 2018 or so, we have been together. He was the former registrar of Redeemer University. You did a good job there. We thank you for coming. We have brought these seasoned speakers with the hope that they are going to impact us positively and thus improve our work delivery in our various universities and higher institutions. I cannot end this speech without appreciating the chairman of this occasion, the chairman of our University Governing Council, the Pro-Chancellor, Professor Ayodeji Omale. Please, I want us to stand up and give our chairman a resounding ovation. Please, let's appreciate this chairman. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Please be seated. Now, the reason why I said this, I've been working in council for some years. In fact, I started working in council as senior assistant registrar. And I've worked with, if I don't miss it, it can be less than 6 council chairmen. But I want to tell you the impact, the support, the mentorship, the leadership that this man has offered us is unquantifiable. Anything we want to do, registry as principal officers, once we get it right, he said, go ahead, I'm behind you. Even when people go behind to say things, he will call us and still tell us, this is what is happening, this is what you should go and do. Please help me once again appreciate our council chairman. I don't know how many of us have come for this kind of seminar and you see council chairman sitting down to take the time to come here. I don't know. How many occasions have we seen this kind of thing? And that's kind of chairman of council that we have. Very supportive, always been there for us. We cannot thank you enough, sir. God will continue to be with you, sir. And wherever you need support of God, he will be there for you. He's our rock of Gibraltar, and God has used him tremendously for this university. Let me use the occasion to appreciate, because I may not be able to have the time to do this again, our local organizing committee, led by Ms. Olojede, who was handed over to by Mr. Akambi. Please, Ms. Olojede, can you stand up with your team wherever you are? They have worked round the clock to make sure that this occasion succeeds. And I'm very grateful to you. Thank you very much for all of you, for what you have done, for this successful outing we're having. I want to extend my gratitude to participants, speakers, and organizers who have contributed tremendously to make this seminar possible. Your presence and participation have gone a long way to enrich our gathering immeasurably. Now, I want to mention some people who have contributed personally, and this is where our alumni body is great. Mr. Olosho was used to reach out to some of our alumnus, and they supported us financially. And I want to mention their name here so that we appreciate them whenever we see them. Chief Alfred Mpako, General Manager, Evomec Global Services Limited, Chairman, Thatcher Farms. He supported us. Asiwaju Tayo Babajide Famurewa Bendel in United Kingdom, he supported us with cash. Engineer Omawaye Oluremi, Executive Director, Project Implementation, Federal Housing Authority. He also sent money to us. Please, let's clap for him. The Global President, Lautech Alumni Association, and Executive Director, Marine and Operation Nigeria Port Authority, also Engineer Olalekan Badmus, also sent money to us. Alhaji Noah Bello, Chairman CEO, Alata Plastic Store, Ojatutu Ogmosho, supported us with cash donation. Honorable Sheriff Adeojo, Chairman Idoluku Government Oyo State, also sent money to us. Honorable Atobatele Lukman Olajide, Member of Ogun State House of Assembly, sent money to us. Honorable Femi Akindele, Member of Ekiti State House of Assembly, also sent money to us. And immediate past Global President of Alumni, Honorable Solomon Onilede, JP, also supported us with cash donation. While we have Professor Remy Aworemi, Chairman Mother Chapter, and the HOD of Transport Management, also gave us donation. Want to appreciate our alumni because they are always there, and this they have done historical. Thank you very much. Let me end this speech by saying this seminar, being my last as the 5th substantive registrar of this great institution, I want us to enjoy it, relax, and make use of it in our work performance. I hope that each time we look back and remember this day, it will be for good. I cannot end this speech without appreciating my wife who is here, Dickness Eunice Aderonke Ogunleye. Please rise up for technician. She's been my supporter, my encourager, who is always there for me. When I get home with load of work, when I don't talk to them for hours, she has taken the time to understand that one day this man will get out of this job and have time for us. I really appreciate you for always being there for me. Once again, a warm welcome to each one of you. May our time together be fruitful, enlightening, and inspiring. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
We thank you so much, our boss, the captain of our ship. I was going to specially recognize Mama for taking good care of Oga and by implication taking care of all of us. I think it will not be too much of a thing to request for if I will say that I want all ANOPA members, registry staff here, to please give a standing ovation to our registrar for what he has done for us. May the Lord continue to bless you, sir. We cannot appreciate you enough. And to Mama Registrar, I was going to recognize you specially, but God pushed me aside. We respect you, ma. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please let me recognize the presence of the Acting Director of Internal Audit, Mr. Ismail Adigun. I'd also want to steal just a minute to recognize and invite to the rostrum the Chairman, Committee of Provost and Deans of this university, Professor Tunde Ogunkunle. Prof, you are coming up to give a goodwill message.
Lautech, you've kept the promise. Now we're singing. All dressed in splendor, as your promise again is kept. Oh, dear sweet rainbow, allure my feelings, make so timely.
The chairman of the Governing Council of Lautech, Akintola University of Technology, the acting vice chancellor, registrar of the university, the university bossa, the university librarian, all other eminent personalities here present, ladies and gentlemen. I bring warm greetings from the Committee of Provosts and Deans of this great university to the organizers and the partakers of this seminar series. I also bring a message of congratulations from the committee to the chief host of this event, the acting vice chancellor, Professor R.O.R. Kalilu, and to the host, the registrar of the university, Dr. Kayode Ogunleye, for making this event happen at a time like this, with all manner of challenges militating against the smooth running of the universities in Nigeria. I as well, from the Committee of Provosts and Deans, bring a message of commendation to the local organizers of this event for putting together every bit of items and facilities towards ensuring the success of this occasion. I salute your dedication and doggedness. Lastly, I want to bring a message of goodwill to all the partakers of this historic event, including the guest lecturers, the delegates, and everyone here present, either physically or remotely connected via technology. Mr. Chairman, sir, I want to relate a story of a man named Paul Suter, who is an astrophysicist. He published a book in January 2019, and the title of the book is How to Destroy the Earth in 3 Easy Steps. How to destroy the planet Earth in just 3 steps. And according to him, these steps are easy steps. Number 1, he advises us to do our calculations very, very well based on the parameters he proposed. Then, on the basis of our calculation, we seize up all the energy source on Earth. And then, the 3rd step, we wait and see the deed done. No doubt, when we mention the title of this book, it sounds scary to everyone. But after you carefully go through the 3 steps, you will probably conclude that the proposal is a sure impossibility. For example, one of the steps recommends that you find out the source. The source of all the energy that we use on Earth, and mop up all that energy, leaving nothing left for all its inhabitants: humans, animals, plants, insects, microorganisms, and so on. According to his calculation, you will need just 1 trillion years to do so. And that is why I believe it is really an impossibility. It follows from what I just mentioned now that destroying the world will not require the use of atomic bombs. Neither will it require the use of long-range missiles or even withdrawal of our energy source, as suggested by these American physicists. It will probably require a far less complicated activity. Just a single step: destroy education system. For example, lower the quality of education and allow cheating in the examinations by students, and the world is finished. Thus, the following saying is very valid and calls for caution. The collapse of education is the collapse of the nation. So, making the smallest contributions towards destruction of education is a sure step towards destroying the world. Throughout the entire world, education is acknowledged as a major driving force of the development in any modern society. And the university is known, believed, or expected to be at the forefront in this regard. Added to this fact is the central role of the Registry department in the university system. I refer to the Registry as the nucleus or the heart of a university. As a biologist, I know that the heart is the oldest organ and is the most jealously guarded in the human body. The heart starts beating only 16 days after conception of a child. Even before the body parts are formed at all, only 16 days. And it keeps on beating to sustain the individual throughout his life. The Registry does exactly the same for a university. So, ladies and gentlemen, we in the Committee of Provosts and Deans of this great university believe that the seminar being organized today is a necessary and important step towards making useful contributions to the development of university education in Nigeria, and by extension to the development and sustenance of the world. The committee perfectly understands the fact that it makes it to hereby want to felicitate with the Lautech Registry Department for putting together this seminar series 4. On behalf of the committee, I congratulate you and wish all the participants very useful deliberations. Thank you.
Prof, we appreciate you so specially. May the Lord continue to be with you. At this point, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is time to listen to the acting Vice Chancellor of the Lautech Akintola University of Technology, very respected Professor of Art and Art History, Professor Razak Olatunde Rom Kalilu.
As we've come this far, we fixed our shoulders and determined just to win.
I don't have a computer like the registrar. The Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the University Governing Council and Chairman of this occasion, the principal officers of this university, provost of colleges, deans of faculties, heads of department and units, registry staff from indeed, registry is a significant pillar in the organization of the university system and indeed in most formal knowledge production value chain. And based on its contributions to the growth and development of our university, it is therefore for me to welcome you all to the 2024 edition and the 4th in the series of the Lautech Registry Seminar. I would like to specially welcome our amiable and visionary Pro-Chancellor and Chairman of the Governing Council of this great institution, Professor Ayodeji Omole. A special appreciation goes to the guest speakers of the day, Dr. Omojola Awosusi, that we had the opportunity of meeting this morning. We were together in the Faculty of Arts in that great institution, the University of Ife. He's the former registrar of Ekiti State University, Ado-Ekiti. And welcome also Mr. Olukayode Akindele, former registrar of the Redeemers University, Ede, who have been invited to train the participants on the 2 key areas of university administration. It is a privilege to have the presence of such esteemed, seasoned administrators. I welcome other speakers of today, staff, to be more efficient and effective in their career. Furthermore, today's event promises an illuminating knowledge for all the participants. I therefore employ us to be open-minded to receive new ideas as we come together to learn new facts in the field of administration. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Can I please request that we all stand to bring the chairman of the Governing Council to speak with us? Mr. Chairman, sir.
Good morning, everybody. Let's be seated. Thank you very much. Well, I have a very short speech before me here. And I think the bottom line is to welcome everybody to this special gathering. I want to, first of all, appreciate the head of the registry, who is the host, Dr. Kaude Ogunleye. We all know that we are in information age, and what we preach now is education without borders. I have worked with the present principal officers for more than 3 years. First, as the chairman of Oyo State Negotiation Committee on sole ownership of Lautech, and 3 years as the pro-chancellor. So I have exactly 1 more year to go. I can say confidently that the crop of principal officers currently being paraded, they are professional in their conduct, and the love of the system is paramount. As a union leader, we've had different administrators. We have those who want the staff to be loyal to them. We also know those who want the staff to be loyal to the system. I think the registry, under the leadership of Dr. Ogunleye, belongs to the latter. And once you have that kind of administrator, the system will be better for it. So on behalf of the Governing Council, I congratulate the registrar for organizing this important human capacity building program. It is an opportunity for us to network and be able to compare notes. You process the information and it will help in better administration of the university. On behalf of the host, I welcome all participants to this, well, we call it seminar, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a training workshop, it's a classroom, because where eggs are gathered together to ruminate over issues is also a classroom. So I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Professor Kalilu, who was conscripted in June last year to steer the ship of this university, for doing a wonderful job. This has also been attested to by the registrar, because once you have the vice chancellor and the registrar working together harmoniously, you will know that you have a working system. We thank all of you. On behalf of council, once again, I welcome everybody to this meeting. Thank you and have a fruitful deliberations. Well, the registrar has given me another assignment. not only to welcome you, but to declare this workshop open. I hereby declare the workshop open. Thank you.
We thank you so much, sir, for encouraging us to get trained regularly. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are glad to have with us in our midst colleagues from the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife. We are also particularly glad to have colleagues from Bowen University, Iwo. We are universities like the University of Ibadan is online. Ajayi Crowther University is online. University of Medical Science, Ondo, online. And we have the Covenant University, also online. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to steal 1 minute to say that we have one of our very distinguished colleagues here at University. He left us in Lautech, but he's back home to see what we're doing. Please, you're standing for recognition. Thank you so much for coming. Now we are going into the nitty-gritty of what we are here for, which is the lecture, and to introduce the first lecturer will be Mr. Olatunde Olagoke Olatunji.
Permit me to respectfully ask that Mr. Olukayode Emmanuel Akindele stand. Thank you. Standing on the existing protocol, I hereby read the citation of Mr. Olukayode Emmanuel Akindele, the former registrar, Redeemers University, Ede. Mr. Akindele graduated from Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, in November 1988 from the Department of Agricultural Extension and Rural Sociology with a Bachelor of Agricultural degree. He also bagged a Master's of Environmental Management degree in 2005 from the then University of Ado-Ekiti, now Ekiti State University, Ado-Ekiti. Mr. Akindele started his working career from the World Bank assisted Ondo State Agricultural Project, Akure, between 1990 and 1996. From 1996 to 1998, he was the Training and Information Officer with the Ekiti State Agricultural Development Program, Ikole Ekiti. Between 1988 and year 2000, Mr. Akindele served in two organizations, namely Leventis Foundation Agricultural School, Elisha, and the Petroleum Trust Fund, National Rural Water Supply Program. In 2001, Mr. Akindele joined the services of Ekiti State University, Ado-Ekiti, as an administrative officer 1, where he rose through the rank to the post of deputy registrar in 2015. He went on a one-year visiting appointment to Wesley University, Ondo City, between 2016 and 2017, where he served as deputy registrar in charge of academics affairs. Mr. Akindele is a member of various professional bodies, among which are Association of Nigerian University Professional Administrators, Nigerian Institute of Management, Chartered, Association of University Administrators, now known as Association of Higher Educational Professional Administrators, United Kingdom Association of American University Administrators, USA, Association of Commonwealth Human Resource Network, African Network for Inter Kenya, and the Higher Education Faculty at South Africa. He is widely traveled on many study visits
to other institutions such as Oxford University, Oxford Brookes University, Oxford University of Reading, Whitney and Abingdon College, Abingdon, University of Lincoln, University of Nottingham, University of Manchester, United Kingdom. Others include the University of Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, and the University of KwaZulu-Natal, Durban, South Africa. Mr. Akindele served as the Registrar of Redeemers University from June 12, 2018 to June 11, 2023. He became the Public Relations Officer of the Association of Registrars of Nigerian University, ANO, on October 30, 2020 until December 2022. He is passionate about self-development. A number of papers at different forums for administrative and technical staff. Mr. Akindele writes as a Christian daily devotional title, The Most Blessed, since January 1, 2004. He is happily married with children. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to present to you our first speaker at the Lautech Registry Seminar Series 4, Mr. Akindele Emmanuel Olukayode. You're welcome, sir.
I know I can count on you to stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, stand up for the champions, stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I want to sincerely appreciate this privilege to stand before you this morning. Let me sincerely appreciate the Chairman of Council and the Chairman of this occasion, Professor Omole. Thank you so much for the support you are giving to the registry. God bless you, sir. The Vice Chancellor of this great the acting Chancellor of this great university, Professor R.O.R. Kalilu. God bless you, sir. And we can see that you are doing a great work here. God will continue to help you. I want to appreciate my friend, my brother, Dr. Kayode Akindele Ogunleye. He took two of my names. First name, last name, and combined everything together. And then he added Ogunleye to it. Thank you so much for inviting me. The bursar of this great university, Mr. Abayomi Okediji. Thank you for the support you are giving to the registry. And in some places, there is always some rivalry between bursary and registry. Thank you, because that is not thriving here. The university librarian, we have met on many occasions, either at Lautech or at Redeemers University. Dr. Mrs. Modupe Aboyade. The Chairman Committee of Provosts and Deans, Professor Tunde Ogunkunle. Thank you so much for that insightful goodwill message that you gave us. My wife is here. And throughout the time I was at, she was, coming and going back to Ekiti. Very busy. She's a permanent secretary in Ekiti State. So thank you, madam, for all you are doing. Mrs. Olabisi Akindele. Lautech is fortunate. You have brought father and son together today. As I sat there beside my mentor, Dr. Omojola Awoshusi, it dawned on me, I said, I used to sit behind him. Somebody is here who can confirm that. I used to sit behind him. Go and do this. Go and do that. And I want to let you know that I'm qualified to speak on this word, the topic today, the art of mentoring, networking and mentorworking. I have done it for many people, particularly this man that is here today. He mentored a number of us. He decided to multiply himself into a number of us, and we thank God for him. I'm sure he's excited to be here also today to lead the discussion at this forum. So I want to thank you, sir. Somebody should be in our midst this morning. My classmate at OAU, Professor Ogunwale. I don't know whether he's in the hall now. Professor Ogunwale. Wow. Great event. So we met 41 years ago, and then we have been keeping that relationship. So, you know, it's good to service relationship. I want to thank you for coming. God bless you, sir. Is mommy here? Okay. I also came, I didn't come alone. I came with Mr. Shola Ajiboye, a senior assistant registrar from Ekiti State University. You're welcome. So, I know quite a number of people are here now, on site and online. My colleagues from Redeemers University, they promised to be here. I don't know whether they are here. Oh, they are waving their hands. What a time to come in. You are welcome. God bless you. So, this is what we do in administration, and it is better for us so that we can keep the flag flying. Otherwise, you will just find out that things you know, those coming after you don't know. So, this morning, I want to start with an icebreaker. Sorry, registrar. I want to open this water, and I'm going to pour it inside the glass cup here. I'm sure the water is for me, isn't it? Yes. I can boldly do it. Now, let's. As far as the glass cup is empty, it will take more, isn't it? Am I talking to you? Now, when it is full, what will happen? It will be overflowing, and then it will not be able to take anything more. So I want us to approach this session and the next with this parable of the water into the glass cup. What is the parable? If you come here full, you won't gain anything. Hello? Am I making sense to you? If you come into this all full, like this full cup now, you will just go and then nothing is added. But if you come in empty, say, well, I've come to gain something, then you are capable of taking quite a number of things away from this meeting today. So, I want to clap for all of us. We are coming to gain quite a lot. So, let's begin. Can you, Dr. Ogunle, you can remember this photograph? No, this was not there. Look at it very well. That was at Bowen. That was 2017 or so, when we came to your university with this great mentor of mine. He brought me along, come and deliver two papers. And I came. That's Mr. Aware there. He's a director now in EXU. And you can see the tallest man among us, the giant in administration, Dr. Ogunleye there. So I recognize the presence of all of these distinguished people. So it's my pleasure to be at Lautech, a great university doing wonders. God will yet take you higher. So you are on a very good note, on a very good footing. Keep moving, and God will change your story. You are already listed in Times Higher Education. You can only improve on this ranking. As I wrote here, Dr. Ogunleye is a veteran in university administration. To serve in a private university as a registrar is not a tea party. You may think private universities are doing nothing, but I can let you know that to be a registrar there, you must be ready to work. It's not a part-time job. For 2 years, I was in the office. I only had a secretary and a messenger. and things must work. Hello? That's what it is. 2 years until I said, no, enough is enough. I'm not going to die in this office. Help me to bring in more people. Until then, that I was able to appoint more staff into the registry. So it's a lot of work. Dr. Ogunleye is a product of mentoring and networking. Now, in this paper, we are going to look at these concepts. Okay? We are going to look at the concept of mentoring, networking, and mentorworking. Then just look briefly into university administration that we know. I want to recognize the students. They are here in multiple, very many numbers. Let's appreciate them. This is part of the mentoring that we are talking about. If you know what we are doing now, it's going to be easy for you. So when you are also rising, you can bring many people along. So now the greatest act of leadership is what? Let's look up. The greatest act of leadership is what? Now, if you know a little about lions, you will know that lions don't joke with mentoring. When mother lion is trying to go and get a meal for the family, for the pride, the mother lion will place younger ones in a visible place where they can see what the mother lion is doing. That is exactly what mentoring is about. Is transferring from leadership to legacy. Dr. Awoshusi will say that if you want to bury an elderly person, it's better for you to carry younger ones along. When you want to wash that dead body, if you wash that dead body anyhow, you are saying that this is how I should be washed when I'm dead. So, do you understand now? So we need to begin to do deliberately, carry people along and then see what we can get out of it. Greatness in leadership is not building skyscrapers. It is in building and equipping people. That is when you can say you are great. Okay? Now let's look at mentoring. There is a word, there is a slide that I said, without leadership, there is no improvement. Without leadership, there is no development, no positive changes, and no transformation. Without leadership, there can't be forward movement, progress, or success. Without leadership, there is no beginning. When there is no beginning, there is no ending, isn't it? The simplest way to cancel your success is your failure to mentor a successor. If you don't mentor somebody, it's just a matter of time. Have you not heard that somebody will build a very big house and then a foolish son will just sell everything off? Why? Because that son has not been properly mentored. When you want to multiply your impact, what do? Multiply mentees, people who can learn out from you. If your vision dies with you, you have failed big time. May your vision not die with you. Every success you achieve, you need at least someone to preserve it. At least somebody to preserve it. If you don't see someone to preserve it, you have failed. You won't fail. So mentoring is serving as a role model, guide, tutor, example to another, with a view to raising someone greater than yourself. The essence is that you want to raise somebody who is greater than you. As long as you refuse to mentor others, you are just saying, well, when I go out of here, then that is all. No, that's not good. It is a deliberate process of replacing yourself with what? A better person. Now, networking is the process of trying to meet new people who might be useful to you in your job, often through social activities. The developing of contacts or exchanging of information. in this place now, it's better for us. We can create opportunity for us to network or show with OAU, OAU with Lautech, everywhere like that. That's how you will do the networking. And then, since we met in 2017, we have not left each other. So that's exactly what networking is all about. Now let's look at who is a mentor. Then mentorking is a concept that blends mentoring and networking. So mentoring and networking are combined together from mentorking. Now, when you look at university administration, we all know that university administration entails governance and leadership, academic administration, financial management, human resources, information communication technology, research and development, alumni relations, facilities management, and so on and so forth. Now, let's look up. There is something on the board. When you look at poor mentor, what do you see? That mentor, after climbing, what happens? Now, a good mentor will do what? He will offer helping hands to do what? To others. Now, let's look at the ladder for both. Can you see something different? Eh? What is the difference between these two ladders? Can you see the difference? Now, if you look at this one, it's very difficult to climb, isn't it? But when you look at this one, it makes it, is it not simpler to climb this one? And this man here has not even reached the top. He's pulling others. Just follow me. It's easy. Come and see. Just come. It is easy at the top. Whereas this one say, no, I have crossed the bridge. I can break the bridge now. This graphic representation is a summary of what we are here to talk about in the next few minutes. But I want to believe that every one of us, you want to be like this man. Am I making sense to you? So when you go back to your office, even in your family, you don't want to be like this one who climbs and then push them back. So, mentoring is an essential predictor of a successful career in the university. Whether you will be successful, it will depend on when you allow mentors to mentor you. Ivy League and Russell Group universities, as represented by Harvard and Oxford University, they understand the importance of this process. I've been to Oxford before and I know what they do. And even on their website, they have guides to guide academic staff, guide non-teaching staff in the process of mentoring. They provide appropriate formal guidelines for staff and students of their institutions to engage in what? In mentoring. Mentoring is beneficial to the mentor, to the mentee, the manager, and the institution. I'm sure Dr. Awuchusi can tell you today that both of us have benefited from this relationship. So also, wherever you are, you should be able to expect something in return from your mentee if you do it very well. So, there are two ways to learn. Number one way is through what? Mentoring. The second one is by what? By mistakes. And I'm sure you don't want to learn through your mistakes. If you do, it may be costly. Some people don't live to tell the story when they make some mistakes. I can recall there is a story of one man that I've read about. Because there was no proper mentoring, that man touched what he ought not to touch, and then he died in the process of touching that thing. So,
Two ways to learn from mentoring or to increase your wisdom is by what? By mentoring or by making mistakes. So we always talk to our children not to allow they should not learn from their own mistakes. Learn from the mistakes of the others. So through mentoring, you increase wisdom. When you increase in wisdom, you change levels. So promotion cannot come even if you don't have more wisdom. Wisdom is transferred through relationships, and that's what we are here to do. Wisdom is an experienced person with a good understanding of the system. Mentors are the gates to your greatness, so they can open doors to you for greatness. I cannot recall how many doors that have been opened to me through my mentor and many other mentors that I have. They are also the keys to your career breakthrough. So, one man wrote, John Crosby, he said, mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. So, a brain to pick, ear to listen, and a push in the right direction. Now, everything you know today is a product of what? Mentoring. Now, when you remember, when you were in secondary school, you know that we were taught how to handle what? Cutlery. Am I making sense to you? You were taught that if you put this one on the right, somebody, a senior, will tell you what you have done is wrong. This is the way to do it. Little things like that. So remember how it was done then. And we are still doing quite a number of that, even without knowing, but we want it to be deliberate now. That's the essence of bringing up this topic this morning. There is a man who wrote this book, Mastery. I want us, if you can, as many of us that can read, though the fonts are very tiny, but Green, in his book, Mastery, wrote, life is short. Can we read together? Life is short, and your time for learning and creativity is limited. Without any guidance, you can waste valuable years trying to gain knowledge and practice from various sources. Instead, you must follow the example set by masters throughout the ages and find the proper mentor. The mentor-protege relationship is the most efficient and productive form of learning. The right mentors know where to focus your attention and how to challenge you. Their knowledge and experience become yours. They provide immediate and realistic feedback on your work so you can improve more rapidly. I was just SAR when Dr. Awoshusi asked a question from me. He said, how much do you think a registrar has? At that time, I didn't know. And if it's everyone who is in the registry, your target is to become what? If it is possible, as God permits, you want to become what? How can you become what you don't know that person is any? So, instantly he told me, he said, this is so and so, and it is based on so and so principle. So he did not just tell me what a registrar wants, but he told me how to arrive at that salary. You know, when you have a big picture, it's easy for you to do what? To go ahead and go there. So, why mentoring? We will ask ourselves this question. According to a Gallup poll, employees who have a mentor are 3 times more likely to feel engaged at work. Many people at work these days are they are not engaged at what they are doing. But those who have mentors, they are better engaged. Then the Association for Talent Development, ATD, reports that 75% of executives credit their success to having what? A mentor. So if you want to be successful, it is good for you to do what? To deliberately develop a mentoring relationship. Research by American Society for Training and Development, ASTD, reveals that people who receive mentoring are promoted 5 times more often than those who don't. So you want promotion, it is better for you to allow yourself to be mentored. And if you are mentored, things will be easier for you. Another study published in the Journal of Vocational Behavior found that mentees reported significant skill improvement in areas such as communication, leadership, and problem solving. In the same study, 84% of mentees said they were more confident in their abilities after being mentored. Finally, a study conducted by Sun Microsystem found that employees who received mentoring increased their productivity by 88% compared to those who did not. So you can see that it is a good thing for you to be mentored. Then mentors have what? They also have mentors. Now, I've told you that my own administrative mentor, he also has his own. Now, let's see what he wrote in his book. Mentors have their own mentors. They pass on their experiences and expertise to their mentees. Now, this writing from Dr. Awuchusi, he said, my mentor in university wrote this. Chief J.G. Adegbite is a superlative in techniques. Can we go? Let's go. Chief J.G. Adegbite is superlative in what? And great in and mellifluous on the microphone. He's going to explain the meaning of this word when he comes on the podium. He is shrewd on negotiation table with unions, impeccable in dressing, and skillful at listening to the helpless. He is a pathological stickler to standards. He believes in university tradition and will not deviate from extant laws, statutes, and regulations. Adegbite set a standard for recruiting university administrators in Ado Ekiti. The sacrosanct conditions are minimum of second-class upper degree, excellent command of language and integrity. Now let's move further. He said the secondary parameters are good dressing and confidence. He determined posting of administrative officer during job interview. He told me, you will be in council. As soon as I joined the system, he saw I could write well. But university is not your literature class. Can you see what maybe a friend will not be able to say, the mentor is saying? Am I making sense to you? He said, you will do well if you remove embroidery from what? From your writings. We want it short, simple, and accurate. Adegbite was the hammer that beat the dross off my metal to make it shine. He is a moving dictionary who cannot stick one spelling mistake or a syntactic error in a 1,000-word document. He taught us to work hard to earn respect instead of begging for it. He believes in collegiality of the system and respect for authority, especially that of what? The Vice Chancellor, Council, and so that's to let you know that mentors have mentors. So you can gain from whosoever is your mentor. Now, impact of mentoring on students. That's why I said it's good that students are here today. Adult mentors play a key role in student optimism. Members of Gen Z who strongly agree they have such an adult or mentor in their life are more than twice as likely as those who do not strongly agree that they have a great future ahead of them and will achieve their goals. So students also, you can ensure that you have somebody who can mentor you, who can guide you, who can remove things that are not wanted in your career. Students become more exposed to mentoring through job shadowing. By seeing how someone did their job through internship, career talks, work study programs, or by participating in tests that reveals which career might be best suited for individuals. An example of such test is Myers-Briggs Type Indicator. This test categorizes individuals into 16 personality types. You can Google it and see what you can do with this test. Quite a number: one-on-one, pair, group, reverse, talking, subject matter specialist, spiritual mentor, and so on and so forth. But based on your need, you have to determine and select who you want to mentor you. Now let's see the title of this particular slide. Lighting a lamp for someone. brightens your path. When you light a path, you light a lamp for someone, you will also use the lamp to do what? To see. Why am I saying that? When you mentor somebody, there is no way you will not gain from that process. So, you from the letters of mentor, you can see mission, engagement, networking, trust, opportunity, and review and renewal. All of these are very essential when you are considering mentor model. Academic mentoring, I understand academic staff are here, so we are going to cover virtually everybody so that no one is left behind. Academic mentoring assists researchers to learn from one another, providing a path to knowledge, generation, and transfer. Early academics can be guided on the path to chart for academic success. In many institutions abroad, there is always a formal mentoring scheme put in place, such as for new academic writers. There is a deliberate thing in most of the universities abroad. They deliberately have policies in place to guide their staff. Now, for academic staff, I want you to look at this particular author aid for academic mentoring. I don't know many of us, if you are here and you are familiar with this. So, author aid helps researchers in developing countries to write and publish their work. The body develops a global network of researchers. Researchers can find long and short-term mentors. Through the network, researchers can find other experts in their field of learning and useful resources in their fields. In author aid, academic staff will find information on mentoring up, how to find a mentor, become a mentor, and obtain what? Research collaboration. This will be very useful for our academic staff. Are you brave to mentor? It's a question for you. Are you brave to mentor? Now, mentoring requires courage. I want to ask you if you are brave enough to train someone to replace you. Because what you are doing, if you are mentoring, you are trying to say, please, you are a better person. Come and take my place. So, are you brave enough? Are you courageous enough to do that? It takes courage to make yourself unnecessary. It takes courage to work yourself out of a job. Through mentoring, you can do that. But you will be happy you do. It takes courage to train the person who will make sure you do not stay. Because when you properly groom your mentees, they will be willing or they will be ready to take over from you. It takes courage. Now let's read this one in red now. The greatest sign of greatness is to do what? Is to willingly relinquish power without force or manipulation. Do not become synonymous with your title. Title does not confer entitlements. It is the value you add to others that make you what? If you don't add value, it's a matter of time. You may not be able to enter that office again. You may not be able to even enter the entire campus. I have seen people who led organizations for 5 years who they were unable to press their own clearance. They had to give to some other people to help them process the clearance because they didn't do well while they were there. So please remember that one day you won't be in that office forever. Am I making sense to you? Now let's look at this graphic. Can you see, is this what is happening in Nigeria now? Are we looking up? Are we looking up? What do you see here? Japa and here. You can only see two people coming. And that's exactly what we are seeing right away in this country now. Thank you so much. Now, there is great resignation happening all over the world, but not in Nigeria. People don't want to resign. The great retirement, many baby boomers are leaving the system. Great reshuffle, great refusal, and then great relocation represented by this graphic. Now, great refusal, many universities have sent young lecturers abroad. Through third fund intervention, they refuse to come back. Am I making sense to you? If your conditions are not good enough, if whatever you ask them to sign, if they are not good enough, they are not going to come back. They will refuse to come back. Now let's look at, this is Lautech. Welcome to what? Welcome to, Now, talking about mentoring here, this is the demography of academic staff in Lautech. I got this fact from the register, so please don't crucify me. Now, 61 to 70, we have how many? 93 out of 769. 51 to 60, we have 264. 41 to, that's their age anyway. 41 to 50, we have 284. 31 to 40, we have what? 111. And then 21 to 30, we have 17. By the time we get to the third slide from here, you will know why I brought this up. Now, demography of administrative officers in Lautech. This number is quite low, and then you are doing wonderful work here. I think we can clap for the registry of Lautech. Now, let's look at it. 56 to 65, we have 38. Hello, are we there? 38. 46 to 55, we have 23. 36 to 45, we have what? 26 to 35, we have what? 18 to 25. Now, when we now look at it very well, you will know that there are some things that years 56.7 would have left the university. So if care is not taken, what these people know, there is no way they will be able to pass it down to the incoming, the new generation. In 20 years, 46% of academic staff would have left. Whereas in 20 years, 91% will no longer be on the ground in administrative sector. So, sir, register. God will help you to bring in a few hands to understudy these people. Otherwise, what they know, they will carry away. In 30 years, a whooping 83% would no longer be in the university. In 30 years, admin officers, 98.5 would have left. So if you don't do anything now, it has great implication in the future. So, importance of mentors, you will read this up because of my time. I have quite a number of other things. Mentoring, this was what was advertised. So, mentoring, it was defined as a hybrid term that combines the relationship between building of mentoring with the wide angles of networking. Dr. Awujusi has a platform through which he is mentoring with a number of people. Many of them, they don't even know him. But on regular basis, he will bring up a topic, and then all of us will be chatting and learning from what he knows. It is an original approach to learning that assumes a willingness to empower others. So, as leaders, you must be willing and ready to do what? To pass on what you know to others. Be eager to train others. So, furthermore on mentoring, now the red part, the underlying theme of mentoring is that you mentor many others in your extended network. You pass on sound bites as well as sound advice that you have gained from your experiences. This one you can extend to quite a number of people all over the world. It is possible for you to do so. Mentees or proteges, we already know who is a mentor, who is a mentee. You know, at least from my own example. I've told you. Now, types of mentees. There are passive ones. Passive ones, they come in and go. The convenience. It is only when it's convenient for them. Parasitic ones, what they can get. Then prodigal ones, they can enter and exit at any time. Then productive mentees. These are teachable with the right heart. They do not just heed the correction of their mentors. They honor them and bring much to the table. They are very profitable to their mentors. So, and I know that all of you here, you want to be, if you are a mentee to someone, bring something to the table. make the relationship to be profitable. So, attributes of productive mentees: they recognize the need to change, they celebrate the output of their mentors, they repose confidence in their mentor, they understand that when they stop asking quality questions, mentors stop answering. So, if you don't ask questions from your mentors, you are denying yourself of knowledge. Am I making sense to you? So, the quality of your questions will determine what transpires between both of you. Now, I have a number of pieces of advice for mentees. Look for mentors based on what you desire. Be open-minded, willing to learn, and ready to bring something to the table. Be authentic and truthful. Take initiative and be proactive. Then communicate effectively. Now, be a good listener. Listen and reflect. Be committed to the process. Come up with relevant questions to challenge the status quo. Don't allow the weighty matters to crush you. There are things that if you can't bear alone, try and share with your mentors. They can guide you. They have gone through it before. They will be in a better position to help you. Then what you know, pass it on. Hello? Don't keep it to yourself. What you know also, find people to pass it on deliberately. 7 phases of mentoring. You initiate it, you cultivate, goal setting, engagement and active participation, progress evaluation, then winning or independence. What do I mean by winning? When you at least you can venture out. Your mentor is very proud of you that you can do what he's doing or even do better. Then there is also a way you measure the impact. You can close it or you renew it. So you can continue to benefit from this. Now, there is a slide here that I want to show you. There is a program in Baylor University. Students can mentor each other, such as the mentorship program at Baylor University. The university designed a mentorship program to aid in the transition of new students into the college. Every first year and transfer students are connected through fun in-hall activities to learn skills for college life and to receive encouragement as they grow and thrive in an accepting and caring small group atmosphere. It's a deliberate policy in that university that stay lights, bring in fresh ones, and mentor them. So we can copy what is good from that place. Power of mentoring. Mentoring will help us to transfer knowledge. It will help us in career development. Then it will help us in networking opportunities. I have benefited quite a lot. One of the networking opportunities from mentoring is the reason that I am here today. Increased confidence of mentees and mentors alike. Personalized learning is enhanced. It boosts engagement and job satisfaction and brings about proper succession planning. When you leave the system, you don't have to be afraid of what will happen. You are so proud that somebody you have mentored will be taking over from you. Now, barriers to mentoring, lack of time. Some people will say, I don't have time. Different expectations, poor communication, resistance to feedback. Now, one man called Dale Carnegie, in his book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, he said 99 times out of 100, people don't criticize themselves for anything, no matter how wrong it may be. They also do not want any criticism. So people they resist feedback. Unfavorable organizational culture. Some organizations do not value or encourage mentoring. Now, there is what is called reverse mentoring. Let's look up reverse what? The other time I was saying that if you are a mentee, you should bring something to the table. Now, Catherine Scott, 2024, defined reverse mentoring as a unique approach where younger and less experienced individuals mentor older and more experienced ones, often from different generations, unlike traditional mentorship programs. Now, in this case, there are things you can learn from your juniors, particularly IT. They have better skills on the IT than you. Reverse mentoring can bring them to become your mentor in that perspective. Am I making sense to you? So if you know you don't know something, it's foolishness for you to keep it to yourself when you know that somebody who is your junior can guide you. So benefits of reverse mentoring, bridging generational gap. Now there are things you don't know about their generation, they can teach you. Skills transfer, innovation, diversity and inclusion, succession planning. Do you know that not too long ago we discovered that some students can put, they can buy marijuana and put inside Milo sachet. And then when you see Milo sachet, you won't know. But when you see when there is reverse mentoring, somebody among them can tell you that that thing is not ordinary Milo. Am I making sense to you? As a student affairs officer, if you don't allow some of these people to help you, you will just be goofy. Can you see this? You remember this episode? You remember? Now, you can't hold a person down and expect to go up. Am I making sense to you? If you hold your mentees down, or you hold people under you down, there is no way you two will be able to do what? I'm sure this policeman wouldn't be in the system by now. If he is not in jail, I'm not too sure. I'm not followed up. But I know that you can't hold somebody down and expect to be what? To be up. So, mentoring requires commitment. Oguruku said this. You can read it in your slide when you have it. Networking, two are better than one. Networking is the art of converting contacts into what? Useful or profitable connections. So, my networking with Dr. Ogunleye has been what? It has been profitable. We have met at several fora. At one of the moments, we had already concluded arrangement. This man should be our next chairman of ANU. But because his tenure was very close to the end, that was why we had to elect somebody else. Why? Networking. We met in 2017, and since then we have been working together. Networking is the proactive attempt relationship with others for mutual benefits. So networking will help you in your career. 5 relationships to transit from average to an extraordinary person. Mentors for a change. If you need a change in your career, you want to move forward, what do you need? You need mentors. Am I making sense to you? Mentees to challenge you. If you don't have mentees, they won't be able to ask you questions. You will think you are just in a world of your own. So it's better for you to deliberately look for people and then mentor them. Friends to compliment and comfort you. Enemies and critics to put you on what? On your toes. Then brokers to connect us with the right people. There are people in your system who can connect you. You don't need to be in Aso Rock to know who is in Aso Rock. You can get people to link you up. These relationships are made possible through what? Through networking. Now, I recommend this book to you. How to Win Friends and What? It's a very small book, but it contains a lot. Now, 6 powerful ways to effective networking. Become genuinely interested in other people. Smile. You won't pay for it, isn't it? Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest and most important sound in any language. Be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Talk in terms of the other person's interest. Make the other person feel important and do it sincerely. Now, social networking, you can read about it. All of this, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, WhatsApp, all of those things you can do for social networking. Advantages of networking. This man won 2 Nobel Prizes. He said networking can deliver 3 advantages: providing private information, provide access to diverse skill sets. Now, gateway to power. This man said the best way to have a good idea is to have lots of what? Ideas. So when you have a number of people you can network with, they can help you even in your career. Principles in building your network. 3 principles: self-similarity, proximity, and share activities. You can read about this Now let's see barriers to networking. I won't bore you with all of these ones, but I will read to you this one, cultural differences. It's a story of a friend who traveled to Turkey for the first time. Can we go? Let's read this story together. The story of a friend who traveled abroad for the first time. He was invited to a networking event over dinner. Everybody conversed freely except my friend. When asked why he was mute all through the event, he told his host it was bad mannerism where he came from to talk over me. Is that not true? We were taught not to talk over miss. But I want to tell you, if you go abroad and you go and practice that barrier, that culture, you will find out that you have wasted all your fund, even to that networking event. So you need to bridge the cultural differences to ensure that you remove the barrier. Develop greatness in others. You can read about this quote. Now I want to read this one. Zig Ziglar, he said, you will always have everything you want in life if you help enough others get what they want. Am I making sense to you? You will always have everything you want in life if you help enough others get what they want. That is all about what we are talking about since morning. Now, a few recommendations. Establish formal mentoring programs. Encourage cross-disciplinary connections. Create a supportive environment. Provide training for mentors. Foster networking events such as we are doing today. Now, utilize technology for networking. Support affinity groups. Recognize and reward mentorship. Encourage reverse mentoring. Facilitate ongoing professional development. And I will be concluding on this note. Miles Muro, of blessed memory, he wrote, he said, the greatest obligation, can we go together? The greatest obligation of true leadership is to transfer the deposit of knowledge, wealth, experience, influence, relationships, and understanding to the next generation. Leadership includes taking what made you who you are and giving it to someone else. Leadership is continuity. This cannot happen without what? And no one can remain in the same office forever. Am I making sense to you? You won't be in that office forever. We always joke with my wife. I always joke with her. Though you are a permanent secretary, but you can't remain in that office for... nothing is permanent except what? Change. A lion cannot be king forever. Get ready to leave the scene. Just as Dr. Gulaya is getting ready now. Am I making sense to you? Prepare those who will take over from you with all sincerity of purpose. It goes to confirm the saying that success without successor is what? So I want to appreciate the chairman of council, Professor Ayodeji Omole, the acting vice chancellor, Dr. Kayode Akindele Ogunleye, the registrar. Thank you so much for this invitation. Other principal officers, the organizing committee, and all my listeners, both here and all over the world. I want to thank you all for listening. God bless Lautech. God bless you all.
For the champions, stand up. For the champions,
Thank you. Please, let's use this opportunity to stand up. Some of us have been sitting down since we came. Use the next 2 minutes to network. Greet somebody, ask his or her name before we come back to our seats. Let's practice what they just told us now. Let's start networking. I can see some people from OAU, from Uniosun, from Bowen University, and other places. So let's network for 2 minutes. Ask his or her name, and then gradually get to the next stage.
stand up for the champions, for the champions, stand up for the champions, for the champions, stand up for the champions, for the champions, stand up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up. And when I fall down,
Hello, please let's return to our seats. Let's return to our seats. A lot of people are eager to go out. Let's finish with what we are here for so that we can go to another place. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please permit me to inform you that we have further institutions joining us. Our colleagues from the Redeemers University, Ede, you are welcome. We also have our colleagues from the Lautech Akintola University of Technology Hospital, the teaching hospital, led by my boss, the Director of Administration of that establishment, Mr. Aderemi Adediji. You are welcome, sir. It is my pleasure to inform you that we have others online, IAR and T Ibadan, Redeemer University Ede, physically and even online. We appreciate you. We have participants from the Lagos State University. We have from the Redeemed Christian Bible College. We appreciate your presence. We have from the University of Lagos. We have from inside the University of Science and Technology, Okemesi. We have from Joseph Ayoba Babalola University, Ikeji. Kolada Isi University, Ibadan is represented. When we have opportunities like these to attend training workshops, it is always best when you have resources that you can refer to even after the seminar. It is my pleasure to inform us that the next speaker who will be talking to us has a lot of books that he has authored. But he has decided to bring 2 of those books for us so that we can benefit from his works. One, we have the management of academic and student support services in the Nigerian university system, written by Dr. Omojola Awosusi. It is available for sale, 4,000. Don't go without picking a copy. We also have another one written by the same author, Perspectives and Contours of University Administration in Nigeria, essays in honor of Chief Dr. J.G.O. Adegbite, also by Dr. Omojola Awosusi. Chief Adegbite, as we have been told, mentored Dr. Awosusi. Please, 4,000, not too much for you. At this point, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me invite to the podium Mrs. Jumoke Oluyale to read the citation of Dr. Awosusi.
Thank you. The chairman of this program, kindly permit me to stand on the existing protocol as I humbly request Dr. Omojola Awosusi to stand while I read his citation. Thank you. Dr. Omojola Awosusi obtained a BA degree in English from the then University of Ife in 1984 and a Master of Science in Industrial Relations and Personnel Management in the University of Lagos in 1987 and PhD in Industrial Sociology in the University of Ado-Ekiti in 2005. He holds postgraduate diploma in financial management in 1995, postgraduate diploma in education in 2011, Association of Commonwealth University ACU certificate in University Administrative Practice in 2016, and certificate for professional administrative practice by Staff and Educational Development Association, SEDA, United Kingdom in 2016. He belongs to several professional bodies. He's a fellow of the Institute of Public Administrators of Nigeria, IPAN, fellow Institute of Management and Productivity Development, a fellow of Chartered Institute of Corporate Administrators of Nigeria, CICAN, is a member of the Nigeria Institute of Management, NIM, a member of Nigeria Institute of Public Relations, NIPR, a member of Association of Nigerian University Professional Administrators, ANOPA. Is also an associate member of the Chartered Institute of Professional Management of Nigeria, CIPMN, member Association of University Administrators, United Kingdom, AUA, UK. Is also a member of American Association of Universities Administrators, AAUA, and member African Network for the Internationalization of Education, ANIE, based in Kenya. Dr. Awosusi taught in primary schools, secondary schools, and in a college of education before he joined the Ekiti State University in 1990 as an administrative officer and rose to the position of deputy registrar in 2002. He became the registrar of the university in 2005 and served 5-year terms. He, along the line, served as the chairman of the Association of Registrars of the Nigerian Universities for 2 years. During his tenure, the organization, which used to be called Committee of Registrars of Nigerian Universities, CONU, became Association of Registrars of Nigerian Universities, HANU. He facilitated an educational tour of 36 registrars to Turkey in 2014. And during his term, HANU Fellowship for assistant registrars took off. The fellowship takes 6 assistant registrars, one from each geopolitical zone in Nigeria, abroad for 2 weeks to understudy administrative system of one foreign university. After his tenure as a registrar, he joined academics. He was a senior lecturer in human resource management at the Osun State University, Osogbo, between 2014 and 2017. From there, he was employed into the Department of Industrial Relations and Personnel Management of the University of Ilorin between January 2018 to December 2019. He is currently a senior lecturer in the Department of Sociology, Federal University, Oye-Ekiti. He has published 4 books and over 45 articles in leading journals. His books on university administration were launched in June 2001, and they have been well received across all universities in Nigeria. They are, number 1, management of academic and student support services in Nigeria university system. And number 2, perspectives and contours in university administration in Nigeria. He believes in regular training and development of administrators. Dr. Awosusi is widely traveled. He is particularly interested in making guided tours of universities across the nations. The universities he has visited include the University of Nottingham, UK, University of Derby, UK, University Loughborough University, UK, University of Exeter, UK, University of York, UK, University of Warwick, UK, the University of Lincoln, UK, University of Lancaster, UK, University of Cambridge, UK, Oxford University, UK, King's College, London, Babrak College, London, London School of Economics and Political Science, University College, London, University of Westminster, London, Mitre University, Kampala, Uganda, University of Ghana, Belgium IT University, Pretoria, South Africa, University of Witwatersrand, Johannesburg, South Africa, California State University, Los Angeles, USA, Pittsburgh State University, Kansas, USA, Faith University, East Bandar, Turkey, and so on. He is a well sought after speaker at conferences, workshops, and webinars on higher education in Nigeria and abroad. He has made presentations at AUA, United Kingdom conferences, in University of Exeter, 2009, and University of Manchester, 2012, both in United Kingdom. By God's grace, Dr. Awosusi delivered the first Registry annual lecture of the University of Ilorin in 2016, the first Registry annual lecture of the Federal University of Technology, MENA, in 2016. The first Registry annual lecture of Bowen University, Iwo, in 2017. The first Registry annual lecture of the Osun State University, Osogbo, in 2021. He also delivered the 5th annual Registry lecture of Elizade University, Ilara Mokin, in 2022, and the 9th annual Registry lecture of the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, in 2022. He has made numerous presentations at ANOPA conferences or workshops in several locations, including Kogi State University, Ayingba, ANOPA workshop, ASCON Badagry, University of Abuja, OAU, UNILAG, Federal University, Otuoke, Federal University Lokoja, Federal University Lafia, Federal University of Technology Akure, Kwara State University Malete, Taisho Larin University of Education Ijegun, and University of Calabar. His area of specialization include industrial sociology, industrial relations, human resource management, higher education administration, leadership, and emotional intelligence. The chairman, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to invite a seasoned administrator with multiple awards for distinctive brilliance in study and enlightenment in no other person, Dr. Omojola, Awosusi, to the podium to deliver the lecture. Thank you.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
Thank you very much. Like Nigerians would say, I want to stand on the existing protocol. And the platform of Lautech is so solid that one cannot fall. Please have your seat. I want to thank the chairman of council, the pro-chancellor of this university, for doing a great job here. I'm humbled by his simplicity, by coming punctually to this meeting. We have gone around Nigeria. It's not easy to have access to the pro-chancellor and chairman of council. For some chairman of council who still have been waiting by now. He came very early to campus and he started this program with us. Let's put our hands together for Professor Ayodeji Omani. When we came here yesterday afternoon and we were told we should come to Great Hall, I was wondering whether there could be one hall that could be Great Hall, except Oduduwa Hall at the Obafemi Awolowo University. I was wondering which hall can be great. So this hall is, but when I came, I look around. When I entered this way, I said, oh, these people are making effort to become OAU. This is a great effort to be like my university. Interestingly, I know the secret that the acting vice chancellor is a product of University of Ife. The university is lucky to have a polymath as the acting vice chancellor. Our acting vice chancellor, Professor Razak Olatunde Rom Kadidu, is a professor of art history, professor of form and material technology, professor of digital technology in art. In fact, he's professor here and there and there. He's been able to be a jack of all trades and master of all. I remember in the secondary modern school in the 1971, we were taught of the stories of great scholars of the age of Renaissance. We were taught about Michelangelo. We were taught Leonardo da Vinci. I was 11, 12 years old. And when I got to Ife, I was taught about another man who is a polyman, Ronu Descartes. I think Professor Kadidu is Michelangelo of Oyo State. A man of great intellectual, curious, prodigious, enigmatic philosopher. And I'm happy, more importantly, that is a product of Ife, and I thought you wanted to clap. I told him this morning that we enter Ife the same time and we left the university the same time. And by the grace of God, 7 out of 10 people I've ever met who left the university at the time we left. I don't know how they put it in our brain that Ife campus is the best campus south of Sahara, north of Limpopo, and it has not left our brain up to now. But when I entered here yesterday, I said that this is a great university. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor,
If you really want to replicate effect, this car park outside is the outstanding job. Let's pave it. Let's put interlock. And it's not going to be rocket science. The Chairman of Council is here to approve it. So that I want to come back next year. Let's put interlocking. Then this your dancing and artistic building will be comprehensively great. I want to thank you for what you are doing. The Chairman of Council, I have thank you in your absence when you step out. I thank you for the support you are giving to this. When you came, we saw the kind of peace came to this university. We stopped hearing about Lautech this, Lautech that, non-payment of salary, backlog of this and that. So you are the Daniel that has come to judgment. God will bless you, really good, sir. Dr. Kayode Oguneye has been my friend and colleague since we bonded around maybe 2014 or 2013. Unfortunately, he couldn't attend IFE. He went to Jos to take his bachelor's degree so far away. On his way back, he came to Ilorin to do masters, and finally he ended at the Premier University of Ibadan, where he took his PhD. I can tell you that one thing that attracts me to someone is command of language. He's a good commander of the English language. A great writer, a great speaker. The other Kayode was saying that I should come and explain what I meant by mellifluous. This is a mellifluous speaker. So listen to Kayode Oguneye, you will know what it means to be mellifluous. It's very eloquent, open and pragmatic, expressive. He has a good grasp of the laws, the statutes, the regulations of running a university. I want to encourage our brothers and sisters here. He will be disengaging from here any moment, but keep track on him. And we are not tired of listening to those of you who want to know more about how to run the registry of a modern university. Kayode Akindele did not tell you that the mentor has a lot of work to do. It could be very, very tedious to be a mentor because they'll call you in the night, in the evening. Some people will call me. They want to start matriculation. Somebody will call me from Bauchi and say, please, how do we do the procession? This is what I said, but somebody is saying this. I will have to intervene. About 2 weeks ago, I was in, March 4, I was in University of Calabar to do what I'm about to do now. On 3rd, I got there, and the woman did not allow me to sleep throughout the night. I don't know whether you listen to what I've just said. It is not what you think anyway. The woman was in Uyo, and she happened to be one of my mentees. She called me around 9 p.m. and said that, the VC has just called me now, that I have to deliver a paper at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and I don't know what to do. I said, you should know what, were you not giving the topic before? I said, they gave it to somebody else, but they just learned that the person will not come. And the VC said they should go and replace the person. And, okay, what's the topic? She told me the topic. I gave the outline. Okay. From 9 a.m. throughout the night, she would do a little job and said it to me. Please, Ogaduka. I said it's okay. He said it's not okay until I say it's okay. But by 7 a.m., we were able to get a beautiful slide. And by 1 p.m., she told me that they were just clapping for her. That is how tedious it is to be a mentor. Mentees also have responsibilities. It is tedious to be a mentee because you have to work for it and you have to support the mentor. The mentor doesn't know everything. Now let me go to my topic. Mama, the bossa has disappeared. Please, bossa has gone. Please, I salute the bossa. Dr. Mr. Aboyade, the University Librarian, I greet you. I salute you. May the Lord bless you and the books and the journals in the library. Or you don't want God to bless the library? I will be looking at what is a university, what do we mean by managing a university, the signs of the times we are in, the challenges facing the Nigerian university. I will look at quintessence and quintessential, what it means, and who is a quintessential administrator. What are the hallmarks of quintessential administrator? And we are going to close our discussion. John Henry Newman, a 19th century Oxford University scholar, defined the university as a place to which 1,000 schools make contributions, in which the intellect may safely range and speculate, sure to find its equal in some antagonist activity and is judged in the tribunal of truth. It is a place where inquiry is put forward and discoveries verified and perfected, and rashness rendered innocuous and error exposed. By the condition of mind with mind and knowledge with knowledge, it is the place where the professor becomes eloquent, and is a missionary and a preacher displaying science in its most complete and most winning form. The university is the place where the catechist makes good his ground as he goes, trending in the truth day by day into the ready memory and wedding tightening into expanding reason. A university is a place which wins the admiration of the young by its celebrity, kindles the affection of the middle age by its beauty, and reveals the fidelity of the old by its association. The university is a seat of wisdom, and it is a light of the world. We Christians, we know that Jesus is the light of the world, but God uses certain tools. The university is a major tool that the Lord will use to throw light upon the ignorance that is surrounding the world. And that is the system into which all of us have been called as administrators. What is the meaning of managing a university? This refers to the application of resources, both human and material, to achieve university goals and objectives through what we call podiscope. Are you familiar with podiscope? Planning, organization, discipline, what again? Coordination, what again? What again? Budgeting and reporting. When you put all of that together, that is what's called administration. And this was settled in 1936 by Ludwig and Gulick in their paper titled The Science of Administration. The university is managed through these two patterns. The Nigerian university system, there is an external governance, which involves government and its agencies. There is internal governance, which involves officers and organs of the university. Nationally, there are legal frameworks that are put in place in the Nigerian university system to ensure that things are done normally. For those of you who are familiar with a man called Max Weber, he proposed a theory of bureaucracy. One of the attributes is that bureaucracy must have manuals. For a bureaucracy like a Lautech to work, there must be manuals. And these are the books, federal books. The first one is the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which this university or any university at all must recognize anytime they are taking action on anything and for everything. If somebody is being processed for a disciplinary action in this university, we must recognize the book. We must make sure that this person has freedom, has fundamental human rights. He cannot come into the panel and say, remove your dress. The man will say, I have right to my privacy. He has access. He has right of fair hearing. Even if he's a thief, he must be given fair hearing. Other laws are the NUC Act of 1974, JAM Act, Ted Fund Act, NYC Act, Public Procurement Act, Contributory Pension Act, Personal Income Tax. The taxes that are going to be deducted from your salary, they are controlled by personal income tax. Federal Inland Revenue Service Act. That means any contract we award in a university, when we are paying the money, we must deduct VAT and pay to the federal government. Code of Conduct Bureau Act, by the time you get to the level of SCR and above, you know that you have to fill your Code of Conduct CCB form once in 4 years. Federal Character Commission, these are laws that if you are going to be SAR, PAR, or registrar, these are laws. All these books must be on your desk and in your study. But there are some laws that are directly relevant to the university. Decree 11 of 1993, Decree 25, 1996, the 2003 Act, which we call Autonomy Law, and the current one is University Miscellaneous Provision Amendment of 2012, which took retirement age to 65. I'm now 65, but I retired 9 years ago. But for those of you who not be owo, you will stay till 65 or 70. It's very good. But and you know, those of you also have a way of renew your age. One beautiful thing in the university is a place where you cannot change the age you gave us at the beginning. But I understand in other places you can change it several times. But whether you like it or not, your ear, your teeth will show your biological age. Federal Ministry of Education has supervisory role. The National University Commission have regulatory activities they perform to make sure that we have quality university system. For Lautech or your state laws, certain of your state law have implication on this university. The primary law is the Lautech University Establishment Law of 1991 as amended. There are also state university laws on environmental sanitation, on domestic violence, child abuse, gender sensitivity, public holiday. Or your state government can wake up and say, Monday, so and so is public holiday. We have to respect it because universities are under the law. There are also state tax regulations. Your state can talk of development levy for every man living or working in this state. University will have to obey it. Government executive orders. You remember in 2020, governor issued order that people must not be more than 50 in any place. And you cannot do vigil, you cannot do anything in the night. And when you are together, you must create gap, even husband or wife. The gap between you when you sit in church will be, can't remember now, whether 1 meter or 2 meters. When that pronouncement comes, as university, responsible university, we normally obey. Dimensions of university administration. The organs of university are basically council, senate, congregation. The officers, visitor, the chancellor, the pro-chancellor, the vice-chancellor, DVC, registrar, bursar. The law has given each and each of these officers the role and responsibility. But the university is virtually run by a committee system. Anything we want to do, we'll set up a committee so that there is no Robinson Crusoe in the university. Not even the vice-chancellor can say, I'm the one who has approved. This is the reason why if you're an offender here, maybe you commit offense and you take the registered name to Babalawo, it doesn't work. You know the reason? Who knows the reason why it doesn't work? When they asked us to terminate you, we just signed the letter. We said, council has decided that you should go to your house. I signed. When you now see Kayode Akindele there, you take that name to Babalawo house. The reason it will not work is that if it is good Babalawo, they know that this is not the person who has terminated you. Because that person who sacked you is university. Who is that person? I'm asking you. The university, that's what you can take effectively to Babalawo's house. And that university is not one person, it's all of us. Say all of us. It means all of us. When you go to the law, they say the university shall consist of all professors, principal officers, even the students are part of the university. Are you following me? Now, when we say managing university in times like this, what are the signs of this time? We are in the 21st century, and this century has come with its own characteristic, and some of them appear to be threatening, some of them appear to be very scary. These are the characteristics of the era. the rise of the knowledge society, globalization and internationalization, marketization of institution and product. There are universities today that in Europe and Asia that have 500,000 students, one university. And the campus may not be up to 1/4 of Lautech campus. What do? They invest every day in ICT architecture, and they organize what we call massive open online courses. We call it MOOCs. But we cannot go that far here because NUC does not give university to express themselves. Number one, the courses that we run, NUC, you cannot run a course except NUC have it in his CC Mass or B Mass. Why can't Oyo State Lautech run a degree in Bata or something, or Gongon? When I listened to Oyo State Anthem, I said it started with a beating of the drums, and that is unique. Can't somebody take a degree in that? You know, there are different. First, in the curriculum, we'll talk about different drums in Yoruba land. We'll pick out the drums one after the other. Then we'll go to the patterns of the drumming. Then we can add the dance steps that go with each drum. We go to the ethics of the drumming. Are you following me now? But you can't do that even when you have that thinking that is going to sell, because it's not in NUC. But university outside of here, they are not like that. A university should not by now be relying on government funding, because government funding may soon stop. But university should be allowed to express itself, to float programs that will reflect the environment. I saw something this morning that I did not see in the university where I'm coming from. Four of us came with the wife of Mr. Akindele. Everybody that met the woman collected her bag. So I told them that it is the culture of this environment. If you go to Enugu like that, maybe the woman people would have been pushing her here and there. Are you listening to me? The culture of this environment is that there is a special respect, maybe for the elderly, maybe for women. Are you following now? So that culture will be reflected in the university. If it's a dirty environment, when you move around the whole of this campus, you will not even see a drop of paper. How come that the students don't throw it as around here? Who is managing it? Then there is a culture. And that culture will be reflected in Ogbomoso city. Is that okay? As you are coming here, you see roads. And when you enter the campus, the roads are also multiplied here. Are you following me? But we are under constraint. All over the world, university system is marketized. There is democratization of governance. There is necessity for lifelong learning, revolution of ICT, and demand for new skills in all fields of endeavor. Say new skills. New skills. When I became registrar in 2005, it was still the time of you remember Olympia typewriter. And we have some wonderful typists. They will be making music and dancing on it. Today, we don't need that skill again because the typewriter is no longer fashionable. How many of us remember that we use Gestena stencil? We use Roneo machine. I think my friend Abiodun must have used that in Lautech. That's the register of Dunton, did you meet it? Did you meet the Roneo machine? When we were growing up, when we were admin officer SCR, when you make mistake, you take your minutes to the register or SCR or PR. When they correct one sentence there, the whole paper have to be retyped. The typist will have to start from the beginning again to typing the whole thing. And the woman will be complaining. And I started work with a registrar who had very bad handwriting. He was very good, but his handwriting was hieroglyphics. What is it? Are you familiar with hieroglyphics? Okay. When my registrar said, please discuss, you are not going to see D, you won't see S, you can't, everything. So when he uses that hand to correct your meanings, number one, you need an interpreter. I take it to the chief typist who understand Oga's handwriting. They will have to read all those things to you. Then you retype. Today, when they correct a word, what do? You just go to that place. In 2 minutes, you are done. There are skills. University no longer need, we no longer need certain skills again. Intranet now is trying to replace, who are these people moving? Now, VOCA is an acronym that represents what the world is today. The global world is volatile. The environment demands you react quickly to ongoing changes. If an Okada rider hit one vehicle at the gate of this university now, the registrar, the vice chancellor must quickly, before you, if you are careless, people in Dublin is already reading it. When people gather, and I've seen that even in this university, you can see people try to present themselves as the acting vice chancellor of Lautech. They created Facebook. You understand it? It's because your university is great. So people want to make some money because they know your brand is selling. So whatever you say, people can buy. But many years ago, it's not like that. And let me tell you, we were in 100 level in Ife, 1981, June 7. There was a riot in the University of Ife in those days, following the killing of one Bukola Arogodade. And we went to the street. I don't know whether Professor Khalidu was in that crowd. In their own department, they used to work throughout the night, either drawing or painting or doing. But I joined that crowd. But examination, it was a Saturday or so. Examination was to start Monday. I trekked up to a point on road 1. I got to a point, I said, if I follow them to the city, by the time I come back, I'll be so tired. Would I be able to read for Monday? So I came back. Later that day, I learned that 4 students were killed by the police. I got back to our village 7 days after when they closed the school. Nobody in my village heard the story at all. Nobody. Everybody was just going to farm. I was thinking somebody would say, Akiro shared in school. What happened in your school? Nobody. Everybody. So if I had been killed last Saturday, this is the way you people will not even hear. Then kid, because they will not know in this village until they bring your dead body. But today, if something happens now, everywhere, WhatsApp will carry it, internet will carry it. That is the university. It's so volatile. Things happen so quickly now. And things are not certain. Things are no longer certain as it used to be. Things are now very complex. Russia, Ukraine fighting. How will it affect Nigeria? Why is it that Ukraine, that is under fire, is still donating grains to West African countries? There are things you cannot understand. Why is it that Russia and China are now friends? They don't see eye to eye before. Why is it that South Africa will be the one to take Israel to the United Nations? What is the strength of South Africa? You cannot explain. Things are becoming more and more complex. We are now in the world of ambiguity. This environment is unfamiliar outside of your expertise. You cannot now say, I'm a professor of this. That thing you say you are a professor. Now, let me tell you something. In our days, when lecturer give you assignment, you go to Ezekiel Odu Assignment Library. Then they say reader section, encyclopedia section. You have to be checking BB books. What do you do today? On your phone. On your phone. In our days, we don't copy. You have to read the book. And you may have read 25 pages. You don't get to where what the lecturer is looking for, you have not seen it. But the education of those days is that the things you are not looking for will enter your brain. But today, what happens? Currently now, I'm supervising 25 students in a Federal University of Yekiti. The first time in 2021, one girl did chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 for me. And I sent it to somebody abroad. Help me do plagiarism test of this thing. When the result came, it showed that that person was copying a thesis that had been earlier submitted into that same department where I am in 2012. The guy did not go to Ibadan, he didn't go to anywhere. He just picked one project that somebody, then I showed that the Turnitin showed me the writer and everything, and it was even on the website of our university. That is what you can't understand. So the system now, when they give you an assignment now as an administrator and they say appointment of vice chancellor, write it, sit down there and write what they ask you to write. You don't need to take anybody to that meeting. In fact, you can't trust yourself now. You yourself, you can't trust yourself. Do you know the reason? Last night, I wanted to call a professor. I called a different professor. They answered the same name, but I didn't check very well. Now, you can't trust yourself that you are the one who has leaked a document, because in the process I wanted to send to Dr. Kayode Akindele Ogunleye of Lautech, you can mistakenly send it to Mr. Kayode Akindele in Ado-Ekiti. And it would have reached the destination before you know. Are you listening to me now? And to withdraw it, when on WhatsApp, when you delete something, somebody will say, I've already read it before you delete. That is the ambiguity and complexity of the world we are in. COVID-19, we had Lassa fever, we had Ebola, all manners of things have changed the world. Now, what are the challenges of managing Nigerian university? I will take them one after the other. First is erosion of autonomy of university. Thank God that you have autonomy in this place. But not many universities can both, particularly federal university, their autonomy, the power of the vice chancellor has almost been 75% taken. Vice chancellor cannot employ a driver unless he gets approval from some MDAs in Abuja. IPs. When somebody pay for transcript now, today in Nigeria, you want to obtain transcript, as you are paying that money, the money is going to central bank straight. Why should it be like that? And the University of Ibadan is expected, when you want to spend the money, 25% of that money belongs to federal government. Whereas University of Ibadan or any university is not a profit-making organization. Are you following me now? Nobody gives the vice chancellor money for the fuel, to run generator, for cleaning the environment, for security, for travels, for conferences, or for whatever. Are you following me? So we now run a kind of centralized system where you have to obtain approval from the head of service. Federal character must come and sit in the interview for the appointment of your registrar or bursar, even senior lecturer. I was thinking it was principal officer before, but today in Federal University, they will sit down there, two of them. They will sit down there. And before you know it, they will say, okay, though Dr. Ogunleye actually did where he came first, but there are already two Oyo State people on the principal officer. So there is no way you can add this one again from Ogbomoso. Are you following now? Can't you get somebody from Edo, Delta, or Enugu? They will look, even from our record, you don't have anybody from Nasarawa. So this appointment cannot be conclusive. That is the university we run today. Poor funding of universities. There are many universities today that are struggling to pay salary, both especially private and state universities. And even for federal university, people are being owed several months of salary of 2022. Now, issue of academic integrity. You remember, I'm sure you people remember a scandal that affected my university. I told you that it's the best university in the world, and I'm not going to eat my words. But this happened and embarrassed all of us. Why a professor? I don't know why the graphics, the pictures are not showing. Now, I have a picture of the professor and the supposed Satan. Because when something happened, Nigeria will say, Ishe Ishuni. So there was a Satan. In Unirag, the same thing repeated itself. The BBC undercover found out that there was a place they call the code room, where you can use cells to get marks. This one, I don't know why it's not showing. Can you help me, ICT? What happened to the images? When do everybody have it? Huh? I'm familiar with what is there, but I don't know whether the people have it. Now, let me leave the issue of sexual harassment, and I'm familiar with the images. But I want the audience to be familiar with them. Now, the most contemporary problem that we have was that Umar Audu, a journalist, decided to investigate degree mills. You know what's called degree mills? People crossing, doing cross-border search for bachelor's degree. He contacted a university in Republic of Benin. Without going to Republic of Benin, there is a way you get your passport stamp as if you go and you come in. He was able to obtain BSc Mass Communication in 6 weeks, under 6 weeks. And he asked the university again that, please, is this certificate? They said it's authentic. He took it to the Federal Ministry of Education for confirmation. Any degree obtained outside Nigeria has to be authenticated in Federal Ministry of Education. And they said, they gave him green light. It's okay. He used the same certificate to approach the NYC for service. They mobilized him. And this guy had served 2018, 2019. He was thinking that NYC would say, but you have served before. He beat just by changing his phone number. Because that thing resisted him, he changed his phone number. And one person can have 3, 4, 5 phone numbers. And he was mobilized and posted to Cross River. In Cross River, he did the orientation program. When they finished, they paid them money. He collected the money. In our day, they talk of donkey allowance or bicycle allowance. I don't know whether they still do that now. What do they call it now? Bicycle. Somebody should have changed that name now. So in 1984, it was bicycle allowance. It can still not be bicycle allowance in 2024. But he now collected the money. He paid it back to the federal government treasury. He obtained receipt. Now, he now went in person to Federal Ministry of Education to confront them that is it possible for somebody to obtain degree in so-and-so university in Republic of Benin? Is it recognized? They said it's recognized. He went to NYC. Is it possible? He went to NYC. Is it possible for somebody, Mesoma, there was this girl who authored his JAM result so that he could be the best, he has the best result in Nigeria. So these are the things that affected integrity of education in Nigeria. We can as well talk about plagiarism, moonlighting. As we are here, there are people who may be working in one federal university. They'll be working in 2 state universities, working in 2 private universities, adjunct, associate, part-time. Before you know it, in a semester, the person has accumulated 2,000 answer scripts to mark. There is no way you can be thorough. All they will do is to mark on impression. You will calculate that. If the student fail now, they will say, how come that you teach? If they pass very well, then you begin to give people 51, 52, 53 without reading anything. That is affecting us. Now let's look at insecurity. Industrial unrest. As we speak now, there is a national strike that NASU, SANU, and NAT have called to ask the federal government to pay the 4 months outstanding salary of 2022. Bamiro in 2017 estimated that the university system lost 201 weeks. That is 4 academic years. Professor Ebedo Orayinka in 2020 reviewed that and said it amounted to observe that the total wasted time from 1992 to 2020 is 4.5. But I review it now up to 2022, it amounted to 32 weeks. How many weeks? 32 weeks. Look at the summary. Total number of week loss is 263 weeks. Total number of months is 65.75 months. It amounts to 5 years, 4 months. Almost enough for a child to read medicine. This is what we have lost from 1992 to date. But another round of strike have just started. Now let's look of antisocial behaviors. I read on the social media that at a time, ESCC came to OAU campus to arrest 70 students. OAU. They came in the night. At the end of the day, they released some, but some were actually guilty of what they are looking for. Look at young Nigerians, 419, Yahoo Plus, all over. Even 3 days ago, they arrested so many. In Bowen, years back, students are getting expelled, even private university, for issue of drug and all of that. In Afebabala University, it happened. And this girl was raped by 8 UNILAG students. He was a student in UNILAG, 8 human beings. Are they really human beings? And the girl was just 100 level student. This is a level of this one wickedness at the University of Abuja. University of Abuja. This boy called Emmanuel Balogun was age 17. On the day of matriculation, the friends knew that he comes from a rich family. They persuaded him to come and watch the matriculation for them. He followed them to one hotel. And in that hotel, they went to a swimming pool. They pushed the boy into the swimming pool, took his phone, took all his money, and they left him there. And the boy died. Wickedness. And those are the people that we have in the university today. Now let's look at challenge of insecurity. Challenge of insecurity. Boko Haram, insurgency, and banditry have affected the educational system in Nigeria, from primary to secondary to university, particularly in the Northeast. It has now come into the North Central now, every day in Kaduna area and in Ekiti. We have our fair share. We have our fair share of insecurity. And about a week ago, I think 187 pupils of a particular primary school were picked, and 87 2 days ago. This insecurity. So how do you tell people to believe in education? I'm using this book. I don't know. Does it go around the registrar? Okay. So if you can't see the pictorials, I will speak. The challenge of insecurity is threatening educational system. It is now, if your child now is in a particular school, you begin to get very fearful. Now, one other thing I noticed recently is proliferation and phenomenon of multiple state universities. Even when universities are not well funded, some state government continue to increase the number of universities. Ogun State have 2, Ondo State now 3, Ekiti State 2, Oyo State 2, Osun State 2, Rivers State 2, Kano State 2, Lagos State now have 3 universities. If you ask me, I would have thought that each of the states should strengthen the singular university they have. If possible, if you really want to have another campus elsewhere within the state, you strengthen so that you have only one vice chancellor, you have only one registrar. University of Oxford University has about 67 colleges. They call them different names, but they still have one umbrella. And I think that would have been the best way to go. But this one now, we will multiply registrar, multiplying librarians. At the end of the day, none of them will have enough fund to run the system. There is rapid multiplication. Federal government also in the last 7 years continue to open new university, Army University, Navy University. In fact, we now have Navy University in the north where there is no water. If you ask me, I would think a naval university should have been somewhere very close to the Atlantic Ocean. We have Air Force, we have Police Academy, and all of that. So we have 262 now. Now, one major change that has happened to our system is the disruptive development of digital technologies. Disruptive is used guidedly to mean something that just comes unexpectedly to change what we do, not negatively. Digital technology has disrupted university by transforming administrative processes and enhancing the student experience. Embracing digital transformation is crucial for university to stay competitive, improve and feature, and provide a seamless experience for students. How has digital technology transformed administrative processes? One, automation of administrative tasks. Digital technology has automated various administrative processes, such as admissions, registration, and student records management. This has reduced manual workload and improved efficiency. Let me give myself as an example. When I was to go to university in 1980, we had to go and queue somewhere in Akure. Everybody in the then Ondo State, the only place you can buy jam from was Oyemekun Grammar School. So wherever you are in Ondo State, if you don't get to that point, you don't get. Is it like that today again? We have to queue and obtain the physical form. You go into the post office, you buy postal order, you bring the postal order, you get the form. Then you fill the form and post the form to Jamb office, Oxford Street in Ikoyi, Lagos. Then they will send to you acknowledgement card, one blue card like that, as evidence. I don't know how many of you passed through that. Then you go physically to a location to write exam. The booklet of Jamb exam is as big as a project and very big. All the questions are there. You will sit down, use your pencil. Then you'll be waiting for the result. Now, ICT has saved us all the trouble. Inside the home now, a child can sit down in the sitting room and fill and apply and make payment, and on the phone you can get your result. Online learning management system. Learning management system has helped the engagement between the teacher and the student. I don't know what learning management LMS Lautech is using, but we have Canvas, Moodle, Google Meet, and all of that. And that's what makes massive open online courses very easy. The university can use a single teacher to teach 100 students in 1 hour. And everybody will see the teacher. Everybody will hear what the teacher is saying. You can ask the teacher questions. You can raise up your hand. You can do assessment. You can do what's it called? Assignment. And the teacher can grade. Is that not good? So that has aided learning system. Virtual meetings and collaboration. Digital tools now allow us to hold video conferencing. We can even do council meeting online. We can do the academic. The people are going on strike now. Very soon, you will just find out that we are on strike, and Vice Chancellor will send it. After all, everybody can hook up. Everybody can be in their various homes and send a meeting we hold. And a recording of that can be kept. This thing has streamlined communication among administrators, faculty, and staff. Digital technology has enhanced student experience, personalized learning. Individually, you can learn what you want to learn. You can learn what you want to learn by searching through the internet. You will see all manners of educational resources. There are adaptive learning platforms and intelligent tutoring systems provide tailored content and support. Whatever you want to learn now, you can learn through the YouTube. Many of the things people do, they just go to YouTube and say, how do I make ogbono soup? You can learn it. Yoruba women, because your soup, they say, Igbo people say your soup na so water, you can change it. They say Yoruba soup is water and palm oil. So you can change it. Go to YouTube. Access to information resources. Online portals, digital library, and data have made it easier for students to access a wide range of resources. Virtual student support. We can support our students now. We can do counseling online. Students can make complaints online. They can reply them, and they can engage face-to-face with student affairs or counselors. In our days, this were not possible. Now let's look at Jackpot syndrome. It's a pity you can't see my images, and I don't know what is happening. Now, Jackpot means fleeing beyond the shores of Nigeria. That is, deploying any migration strategy, regular or irregular, to escape from Nigeria territory to other parts of the world. I think Mr. Akindele covered it a short while ago. The university is in trouble. Very many people that we sent abroad now to go and obtain PhD in Malaysia, in Germany, wherever, they will cleverly take their wife there. The moment the wife gets there, the children will go there, then they begin to, and unfortunately, they are also on salary because it's part of the arrangement that we pay your salary. Third form pays the tuition and gives you money, but people will use the money nowadays. So many universities now are challenged, and we now have another round of brain drain. The danger now is that the people that are draining away, they are the youth, they are the people to take over from our professors. The analysis Mr. Akindele made now that who are going to take over, the people to be mentored now, they are the people who are running away. Well, Nigeria have a way of panic mayor. That one now has cancelled sponsorship of foreign trainings. They have cancelled sponsorship. I don't think that should be a solution because not all Nigerians will do the wrong thing. Now let's look at crash. Mr. Akindele recommended that Lautech should recruit new people to the registry. But I can assure you, if we are going to recruit new people now to Lautech, you are going to recruit age 21, 22, 23, 24. That's the best. But those one now, for them to relate with people of my age, that is the clash I'm talking about. These are people now, when they come in, when they are in the register office, they will plug their ears with Bluetooth. They are playing music even when Senate meeting is ongoing, but nobody can hear. You are talking to them, they are talking to somebody outside. If you are clever, you can hear him saying, I'll call you back, I'll call you back. He's engaged. The other thing is that people now engage even in offices, in forex trading. They engage in watching films. They engage in watching movies on phone. So when you now have a generation, you have people of my age, you have people of Dr. Ogunaye's age, you have people, for us to work together in an office, maybe in council affairs, somebody who is in front of you, say, okay, please work on that minutes quickly. It's not working on any minutes, so it's not working on any minutes. And some of them, they want to do something very quickly so that they, this man, your problem is too much. They will do it quickly and give it to you and revert to the genuine thing that they are doing. So this interaction of this generation is a problem today. We can broadly divide the people working in the university system today into three. What is group one? I want to know whether you are following me. What do I call this group? Digital dinosaurs. Can you say that? Digital dinosaurs. Dinosaur is an animal that is extinct. Digital dinosaur. The second group are digital immigrants. Can you say that? The third group are digital natives. Digital natives. Now, these three groups, they don't behave in the same way. The digital dinosaurs, they are people who were born before they grew up, ages before digital age. They had reached the zenith of their achievement in life. They had become professor, they have been vice chancellor, they have been community leader, they have been chiefs before internet came. So there is nothing they want to achieve. People already know them. Some of them are very, very brilliant people. They are generation before the baby boomers started, I think in 1954. They are unable to immigrate to digital age. When GSM came, the only thing they can do with phone is to receive call and make call. Maybe your daddy is in that group. You know, Mr. Akindele talked so much about Chief Adegbite. That was the pioneer registrar of our university. He was registered in 1982. Very brilliant. University of Ibadan, product of 1965. First class person. And I told you that there is no English word who's spelling that he doesn't know. But today, we try to open email for him more than 7 times. When you send anything to that mail, Baba Sopon I didn't see it. He will ask you to come from your house. Okay, come and show me. Please come. You have to travel from your house to go to his house to open his email. Even text message. But that does not remove that he's brilliant. If we tell him now that what happened in University of Ibadan, during Ayobanjo, he will say it from head. The days of Kennedy K. Ezekiel Oluwasami era in OAU. He won't open books. Everything will be accurate. But hello, he can say, he can call, he can receive call. They are conservative lovers of books, hard copy. If you want to tell him anything, give him a book to read. They are respecter of time and focus. If you invite him to this meeting, he will be in this or 9:30 a.m. He would have been here. They don't miss, they are respecter of time and standard. But they are easy to defraud electronically. Are you listening to me now? Their generation are very easy because if you send money to them, they need to call somebody to come up them and look at it. If they obtain MasterCard, number one, they may not remember the PIN. They need to invite somebody to help them apply in the process. It does not remove the fact that they are excellent people. Few of them in this category migrate. Professor Yobanjo does PowerPoint. Professor Yobanjo, few of them in that category, you see them, but they are insignificant. Are you listening to me now? Now, the second group, and I think this is where I belong, they have grown up before digital age. When I left the university in 1984, there was only one computer in OAU campus. In my 4 years, I never saw it. It was buried somewhere in Faculty of Science. I don't know whether Prof saw it. They called it mainframe computer. It was like Osonyi in a big room. People go in there and they come out to tell us what the shrine was saying. We saw people with a small cardboard like this, like this. They would write some things there, they take it there. They will ask them to come back the third day to come and get result. You people don't know what Osonyi is. Let me explain to you. That Osonyi will be inside a small room. He has a priest. He will be talking. So you cannot hear, but they are discussing you. The man will say, this is what he's saying. So that's the way the computer was in those days. When I became registered in 2005, Mr. Akindele was with me, and he captured, because he's younger, and Aguilera is also younger, they were able to capture laptop faster. You know, the first laptop of our campus was a Tokumbo laptop. Are you listening to me now? It took time, but much later we started learning. But many people of my age, now I'm 65, many people of my age today, they will buy phone or 150,000. Some of which will go and sell the phone and buy the one. Hello, because you don't use 75% of the functions there. They include Generation S and boomers, and they have limited ICT knowledge. You know, you can tell yourself that you can drive. Are you listening to me? Some of us are good drivers. Are you listening to me? Like me now, I can drive, but I cannot reverse a car for more than few meters. Are you listening to me now? I cannot compare myself with my driver. My driver is a professional driver. The fact that you can use the laptop now doesn't make you an expert. You cannot compete with a 16-year-old girl in your family. If you want to doubt what I'm saying, just get confused and call your daughter, 7 years, and say, please, can you help me? The girl he has not gone to any computer school. He will say, Daddy, I'm busy, I'm going somewhere. Teach me how to do it. He said, Daddy, you can't understand it. Our generation, we are logical learners. We focus on one thing at a time. We can be defrauded electronically because they stick to their limited knowledge. Is that okay? Some of you stick to one password. That password, you have to record it in a diary before you can remember. If anybody capture your diary, it is gone. OTP, some of these things. But let's look at the third group, digital natives. Digital what? They are indigenes of digital technology. How do we mean? GSM came to Nigeria in 2001. Do you remember? The first SIM I bought was 14,000 naira. 14,000 naira. You remember when MTN came? And the first phone was Nokia 1320. We also bought that 14,000. So you must have 20. I went to cooperative to seek help to be able to buy. And few of us on campus were using it. But when Grow came 2 years after, the cost of SIM crashed from 14,000 to 200, 500. But my daughter was born in 1999. Those who were born in 1998, 1991, 2000, they were babies when this thing came. When the mother was receiving call, this little girl will say, "Ayo, ayo, ayo." One of the first few words that they spoke was telephone words. They started with ICT words. And if that girl now is in Lautech, you don't need to, if you change the software, they will capture it under 1 hour. There is nothing you want to tell them that they don't know. They already know. So anybody wants to talk to them, unless you use this methodology, they won't listen. If you go and photocopy some leaflet and say, okay, all students want to matriculate, study this, and you give it to them, they won't read it. They say, what kind of register is this? Can't they send it to us online? We will have read it at home. They don't have time for paper, but they are fast. They grew up during the digital. They include the millennial generation Z. They have better ICT knowledge, skills with some acquired dexterity. They are intuitive learners. They can multitask and switch tasks at will. It is difficult to defraud them because they are more sensitive to changes in technology. They want to show the world whatever they are doing. Are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? My daughter prepared the jollof rice 3 days ago from Manchester. She prepared. She did video of it and sent it to me and the mother to show the dexterity. And the jollof rice was so attractive, but it was so far away. It was only on the phone. How the pot was steaming, she filmed it. But me, where is the time for me to? I am taking amala now, and then I will show you. I'm sure you have seen pictures of women that are pregnant. They will remove their dress so that you can see. So they will tell the whole world, I'm pregnant now. And in Yoruba land, these are things, as we are growing up, that you don't say at all. Abi? We don't say it at all. Huh? So that is the generation. You give them, if you give somebody termination letter now, he will show it. Lautech I just terminated me. Now, can you imagine? Can you imagine? They think this is the end of the work. Can you imagine? Come and see the letter of termination I've just got. In our generation, we will be depressed. So if you are not a deputy registrar, you want to supervise 3 people who belong to these 3 different groups. The method you will use for the old man, somebody is 59 years old or 53, quarter to going, living Lautech, you have to treat that person with a TJJ syndrome. You understand it now? If you ask him to do something, if not fast, get another person down, assistant registrar. We'll tell you, when I give an assignment, when I register, I will give it to deputy registrar. I give it to SCR. I give it to assistant registrar. The deputy registrar will take time to do it very well, but the VC said I should bring it tomorrow. While I'm waiting for the man who will do it very well, but he will not bring it I will give it to somebody who will rush and do it. Then the skeleton of it might be enough for me. Is that okay? So when you have the 3 in your office, you have to use different methods. You can set rules that in this office, you don't use phone or put your phone in silence. I don't want to see the what is this thing they put in air? Is it airpod? You can set those rules. Otherwise, you will not have control of the place. You cannot, people now, as you are going to a meeting, in our days, whatever happens in meetings, you are not supposed to tell anybody. These days, when A&P is meeting, even professors will be sending text message to their friend. There is now one positive assessment, enter now. The VC has just read the second one now. Then, in far away, local, there somebody's already celebrating. My friend is now a professor. The A&P meeting is still going on in the promotion. In our days, nobody will hear. We'll finish the meeting. Is that okay? So those of you who always complain that it is the administrator that leak message, no be we. Doesn't it now? The teachers that we bring to meetings, they are the culprit. And I can give you evidences. Are you following me? This is overlapping. Changes in the world of work. The world of work, employment now, there are changes in the employment world. Technological advancement through automation, artificial intelligence, machine learning are reshaping jobs. Gig economy. What is gig economy? That's flexible economy. Something people do things in snatches. In Europe now, nobody wants to come and take employment in the United States for 35 years. No 21-year-old person wants 35-year experience. We have confirmed your appointment to retiring age. You are talking nonsense. Because his plan is to work for 6 months here. Retirement age. So, in fact, majority don't even want to work with you permanently. They want to work, okay, I just want to work with you 2 hours a week. Then goes to another organization, I can only work on Wednesday. Another organization on Thursday. The only time free for me is Thursday. That's what we call gig economy. Number 3 is skill gaps and talent mismatch. The way technology is going, our skills to catch up, we are always in Nigeria, we are always behind the technological skill. Are you following? Before something happens, we are just finishing learning Facebook, something will come out. We are just finishing learning this, another one will come out. Are you following me now? So at the time when we think we have perfected something, something higher has come. So that's what we call mismatch between talent and skill. Now there is problem with diversity, inclusion, and workplace culture. Some time ago, I think in Redeemer University, they gave me a topic. They said cultural intelligence. To speak on cultural intelligence. Some of you, the way you are dressed now, okay, let me give an example of myself. Next week, I will be in Kaduna. I won't dress like this in Kaduna. Do you know why? This thing I put on now, some of you think this is good dressing. Abi? You think I'm corporate dress? Abi, you call it corporate dressing. But one day I went to Federal University Lafayette to speak. Then in the day before, they took us VC's office and all of that. I saw that I didn't see a single person wearing a suit. Then I loan myself some brain that tomorrow, if I put on suit, I'm likely to be the lump. Somebody is looking for somebody to kidnap. It will be very easy to identify me. Luckily, I went with one kaftan. And I told somebody, where can I buy this type of cap that everybody is wearing? I thought that maybe it's 3,000 or 4,000. They told me that we can get. They now call somebody, say how much. They say, that person said, well, there are different types, 25,000, 50,000, 150,000. I said, maybe you didn't hear what I said, cap. They say if it is Maduguri one, that one is 175,000. Okay, I now told the person, let's go to the center of the city, on the road people that are selling. That was where I got one for 12,500. Then the following day, I put on this something. People greeted me better than the first day that I came. That is cultural what? Intelligence. When I was chairman, Association of Registrars, we had a meeting, and I was trying to be nice. I stretched my hands to one woman, the woman ignore mine. For a Yoruba man, you want to shake somebody and they ignore it. I look left and right. I say, this is insubordination, insult, rudeness. I was saying it in my mind. I didn't know that women in some places don't shake hands with men. The woman was looking like me like a leukocyte. And I was frigid where I was. Now I know better. If a woman doesn't stretch her hands to me, I will stretch my hand. What do I call it? Cultural intelligence. What do I call it? Intelligence. If you move from Lautech here, you go elsewhere to work, you may find out that there are people that may not be acceptable to you as a person. The use of hijab and niqab is not as prominent 25 years ago as it is today in Nigeria. Do you agree with me, particularly in the Southwest? And it has started causing some ripples elsewhere. But you need to respect the right of every. If somebody said this is the way I want to dress, okay, it should not disturb your working relationship. What are we talking about? Inclusion. What do I call it? Inclusion. Physically challenged people must be able to enter a building like this through ramp. Deaf, you must be able to work with somebody who is deaf and dumb, even if you don't know their signs, because they are human beings and they have rights. Those things were not in place in the past. Another thing, remote work and virtual collaboration. People now say they are working from home. But before you can work from home, your university or your organization must introduce what we call electronic document management system. Such as wherever you are, if you are in a staff or personnel, what do you call it here? Is this HR, a staff or personnel? HR. If you are in HR, for you to be able to work from home, that means you're in your laptop. The files of all staff or Lautech, you must be able to access it. And when you pick somebody's file, the letter of application that the person wrote in 2001, the CV is submitted. The first letter of appointment, confirmation, you will have access to it and check and be able to advise. When somebody applies for sabbatical leave, you know what you do? It takes between registrar and HR to get out the file of that person. It will take us like 2-3 days at times. This is the reason why some people are registry. The VC has approved the sabbatical since last week. We don't know what the registrar is doing. We have to first bring out the file. What the VC says is that registrar, please comment. But an average academic side will say the VC has approved, he has sent it to the registrar. Registrar, please comment means give me all facts about this matter and give me your recommendation. Before we can do that, we bring out the file of that person. What is the regulation for sabbatical? You must have served for 6 years. Abi? Did he go on sabbatical in the last 6 years? Has he served 6 years after becoming senior lecturer? Has he gone on strike, on sabbatical before? If he has not gone, if he has gone, when did he come back? We have to sit down to calculate. That is when we can do what? To recommend. What again do we need? As the department and faculty recommended the person who is going to do his job when he's away. Has he brought evidence of the place where he wants to? So, the bossa is not here. If they give me a choice now to be bossa or registrar, probably I will choose bossa if I want to go back. Because for bossa, I just say, please treat. What the bossa needs is authorization and approval. But our own, we spend a lot of time on every paper that comes to us. But if you adopt electronic management system, even inside the car, if the registrar is driving between here and Ibadan and receive something from the VC, you can just press a click. Okay, Professor Jackson Olawade, he bring it out. You can make your recommendation even while on that journey. But what we still practice, you need to use hard copy information. Employee well-being and mental health. People, Nigerian today, what we are experiencing is that it's not everybody that is wearing clothes that is stable mentally. Because somebody can just get to the office and start weeping. So what do? What do you do? Some of the students that are in our custody, they are also facing issues. You can imagine a student who just gained admission first semester and the father died. You get to the class, say, well, all of you, and you start talking harshly. The girl can lose hope in the university and do so because it's already down. Who is going to pay my fees? How am I going to cope? My mother is a petty trader, and last month people have destroyed our kiosk. That is a mental health issue. Ethical and social responsibility. Organization face expectation for ethical practices. Now let's look at quintessential administrator. What is the meaning of quintessential? It's derived from the Latin word quintessential, which means the fifth essence. In medieval philosophy, it was believed that the universe was composed of 4 elements: earth, air, fire, and water. These elements were considered to be the basic building blocks of all matter. However, there was a fifth essence known as quintessence, which was believed to be the purest and most refined form of matter. Quintessential administrators are the most ideal of all administrators. They are characterized by strategic foresight, adaptability, ethical leadership, and innovative problem-solving capability. This administrator possesses a unique blend of skills and competencies that enable them to navigate the dynamic challenges faced by universities, fostering an environment of stability, growth, and academic excellence. I want to give the testimony of a quintessential administrator as recorded by Professor Ayobanjo, who commented on 2 administrators of the University of Ibadan after an interview for the vacant position of registrar on 18 March 1982. Baba Ayobanjo wrote a book. The book is titled In the Saddle, a Vice Chancellor story. All of you, if you want to become registrar, these are books you must just read. More than 5 or 6 Vice Chancellor, former Vice Chancellor of Ibadan, they have written books. And these books are compulsory read for you. Professor Ayobanjo said this: Ekanem Ita was the senior of the 2 and had interviewed very impressively, quoting the act of the university freely from memory and citing facts and figures with similar case. C.O. Arowolo had undoubtedly been a good candidate, but there was only one candidate. Did you get the summary? 2 people were interviewed, but Ayobanjo said there was only one candidate. What's the meaning? What's he saying? What's he saying? He was comparing 2 people. The 2 of them are good, Abi, but there was only one candidate. He said one had interviewed impressively, quoting the act of the University of Ibadan freely from memory and citing facts and figures with similar case. C.O. Arowolo had undoubtedly been he said, there is no doubt that the other person did well, but he said there was only one candidate. How many people do they want to make registrar? 1. Are you going to be the administrator when they are looking for just one person, then you just key in? They say, with this person, we don't need another person. You can only get that if you are a quintessential administrator. What are the hallmarks of quintessential administrator? I will take them one after the other, then we close. He must have strong leadership skill. That's the first thing. Strong what? Leadership skill. What are the skills? Clear vision. Can you say that? Clear vision. If you don't know where you are going, you will enter any vehicle. Before we came to Ogbomoso yesterday, I asked, which is the best way, the smoothest road to get to Ogbomoso from Ado-Ekiti? I was given different options, but I knew where I was going. Suppose, I don't know, I just want to travel. Who would have guided me? So if you are assistant registrar now, if you are genuinely interested in your university, your dream was to become registrar. If anybody asks, what is your ambition in this university? Tell them, I want to be registrar at this university. If you don't say that, I know that you are not going to be lawyer. Are you listening to me now? You will not be lawyer if your dream is not to get to the top. Well, there are circumstances that may not make you to get to the top, but everybody will be saying that if not for ABC, it would have been a good registrar. Age might catch up with you, but even when you are not, when they say they are looking for, when they start a university in your village or your church, they will still come and call you. There are people who could not make it, but they still go back and fetch them out wherever they are. You must have clear vision. You must have courage. You must have what? You must have what again? What again? Charisma. What again? What again? Connection. That's networking that Akindele spoke about. We must have again character. You must have what? Integrity. More importantly, you must have influence. Say influence. Influence. Influence is that when I came here today now, I've noticed one young man here that when I say something, they will call him. When we say another, they will call him. When I say another, they will call him. Are you listening to me now? Many of us in our university, their registrar will avoid you. Vice Chancellor is avoiding you. But some of you, the whole load of your university is on you. When they set up panel, they will put you there. This committee, they put you there. They want to write this, they put you there. Everybody will be wondering, are you the only one there? But I tell you, one day, say one day, it is among the people that are being overused that the registrar will emerge in any system. And today, they are paying you less than the worth of your worth in that university. The benefit you are getting is not commensurate with the workload you carry. But let me tell you, one day, you get to a point where the work you will do will be smaller than the money you will earn. I'm not sure you got me. A time is coming that you will do less, you will earn more. I don't know of today, when I was registrar of a university, there are some meetings you go, they give you envelope. When you count it, it can be 30,000. You go to another one, 20,000. No, I'm not talking about salary. You get to another one, they say 80,000. And the higher the money, the less the responsibility to carry. In some of the meetings, or your own role is just to sit down. Occasionally raise up your hand, say something 1 minute and keep quiet. But that meeting, somebody would have labored around the clock to prepare the papers. Somebody did not sleep yesterday because of the paper. Some people are even, where they are now, they are even creating abuses and causes that we don't know since yesterday. Those people, they don't give them envelopes. I was wondering, why is it they don't give them? The way the system is packaged is that those who do less will earn more. But those who will earn more, there are people who have also labored in the past. Is that okay? If all you want to be is to be faculty officer, so that you'll be far away from the registrar, that is dangerous. So, number one, your CV will read faculty officer 12 years. You don't want to be in a stab. That stab is so terrible that no benefit can ever go there. It is what in my village they call something share bora. You understand now? That's what one man was doing in animal farm, boxer. There are places you labor. Are you following me? You need character. But as you are working closely with professors, as you are working, when those jobs are difficult, whenever they set up a committee, the professor you worked with 7 years ago, when they give him another person, he will come. Person is the secretary here, executive there. In fact, he has just come by. He wanted to go on leave. We didn't, and I said, that's the person we have worked together before. When he was my faculty officer, it was fantastic. We sat together on the task force on screening or certificate. He did a marvelous job. Give me. Then they will write. They will change the person they are changing. That person will be happy. That person should be weeping. But many of us will be very happy. Don't dodge responsibility because that's the way. It will allow you to have what? Influence. Say influence. Influence. Influence is that you can get things done. What some people are using money to buy, your name can buy. And I can tell you, when I was leaving the university, I prayed one prayer, openly like this. I said, God, if I've served this university faithfully, God, remember my children. And 2 of them are here. I said, God, remember, because I've served this university. I see this place is my father's farm. We were already the first people to get to campus, and will be the last to leave on any occasion. I said, if I've served God, I pray Nehemiah's prayer, God remember me. And I think my standing here today is still part of the answered prayers. I left the job 2014. Are you listening? Can you say that you are living as faculty officer of science? Then you can say that God, if I've served this faculty diligently, God reward me. Or you can say, God, reward me the way I've worked with that dean. Some of us cannot say so. So wherever you are, have influence. The dean I served in 1992 is still calling me FO today. He's an old man. Even when I become registered, what he was calling me, anytime he see me, he said, my FO. If the professor you say cannot remember you as my FO, then you don't have influence. You must have influence where you are. Influence is where, and you will not have influence if your character is perverse. Adaptability and innovation. There is a need to embrace change, foster innovation, and implement adaptive strategies. The administration is not saying this is the way we normally do things. The way to know a bad administrator is somebody who tell you stories. Tell you story, in Lautech, that cannot work. We will not allow that. No. Maybe you will go home and go and reapply. Take another jump. You are supposed to be a solution giver. This is a problem. The person is not asking for the rules and regulations of the university. How can this problem be solved? Okay, you have made this mistake. You have made this mistake. You have made this mistake. Now, the only option for you now is A, B, C, D. If you take A, it's like this. Take B, it's like this. I would recommend C. Effective communication. These two kind of days are effective. This is the area of command. Oral communication, non-verbal communication, digital communication. You must be sound in all of this. If you are deficient in one of them, you are not good. You are standing in convocation and you cannot stand as appointed. When you are in convocation, you should be in charge. You are the aworo of that convocation as registrar. You must stand as appointed. You will sit down, you stand up. But people envy us for that. Yeah, registrar and economy, that is not our fault. The law says registrar shall be secretary to council, senate, congregation, convocation. In my university and all other committees, is that my fault now? Some people, when they say advertisement is register sign, they are annoyed. And let me tell you, these things don't resort to money most of the time. But it is what? Influence. What do I tell you? But you have influence. Strategic communication. Strategic communication is an essential competency for administrators to engage with stakeholders, foster transparency, and build confidence amidst uncertainty. The effective use of communication strategies enable administrators to convey a clear vision, align objective, and ensure that the university community is well informed. Knowledge of the books. Can we say that together? You must have knowledge of the books, the condition of service, the career structure. You must have knowledge. You must be able, inside the meeting, those will be there. Are you following? One book that some of you don't use is the dictionary. Put it there. When I was registrar of a university, we get to a meeting, they will say, somebody will raise up his hand, register, they put Senate chamber. Is it chamber or chambers? Okay, let's ask professor of English. Let's ask professor of history. They will be saying, me as registrar, I will just be watching them. I'll tell them, please, Mr. Vice Chancellor, I read English at the University of Ife. University of Ife. In French, they call it Université d'Ife. That was where I read English. So what I put here, anybody who has dictionary, a chamber is a big room. Chambers is an office. Mr. Vice, are we in office now or we are in a room? I won't say more than that. The Vice Chancellor will say, okay, I think we have had the folio 14. They won't say, they won't apologize. They don't apologize. They will say folio 14. That means you have defeated them. You must not be catnapping and then your spellings, your spellings are wrong. Are you following? You must be on ground and know what you are doing. I will tell you that dictionary is here, but I don't need to open dictionary because I know what is right. But anybody who is in doubt, check the dictionary. You must know the rules. Collaboration, internal and external partnership. I think Mr. Akindede's paper cover all of this. Now, let me just say this, that there are organizations you must be part of as you are growing in this job. When they read my citation, you see, I'm a member of Association of University Administrators of UK. I'm a member of Association of University Administrators of America. I'm a member of ACRAO, that's what is it called? Admission officers and college registrars. College Association of American Association of College Registrar and Admission Officer. ANUPA, in Nigerian Institute of Management, Charter Institute of all of these. When you get there, if you get there as SCR, you will find out that you are more knowledgeable than everybody there. And it will expose you to a new round of knowledge and you have new friends. Ethical and transparent conduct. Let me just say, owe no man anything. Tell somebody beside you, owe no man anything. Don't owe any man anything. I will give you a story now here. Don't join anybody in this university or your university to do something that the university doesn't want anybody to do. They say cutoff mark is 201. Say that to everybody, it is 201. Are you following? Something happened in my university in about 1994. A professor in the university, I think a senior lecturer, had a cousin who got sick during examination. And took the girl to the health center and met a doctor and said, this girl just started vomiting, had fever, and all, could not write the exam. Please, can you give her sick leave so that I will use it to present that I can do make-up exam or something. I can't remember the details. The doctor now said, we don't just issue the medical sick leave certificate. What we do is that we have to examine. Now bring the candidate. He brought the student. They examined the girl. They found out that she had fever and whatever, but nothing seriously for her not to write exam. Maybe tomorrow. She can just rest. But the person gave the girl 3 days or something. The guy used this to write. And usually the letter ended in Senate. And they approved whatever for the girl. 3 years after that, another girl had about the same issue. They brought the medical certificate, health center wrote and all of that. Faculty department recommended. This senior lecturer raised up his hand. He said, no. Senate cannot just be taking any paper anyhow. They just issue the sick leave anyhow. Anybody who goes to health center, they will give it to. We cannot trust the genuineness of this. Are we sure that the girl was sick? Are we sure this is it was vibrating? And so even me, as I've had an issue, I follow somebody there, they just issue the something. At that point, it became the VC got, are you sure? The vice chancellor, the wife of our vice chancellor was the chief medical director, was the director of health services. And the director of health services was a white lady, a woman from Netherlands. The vice chancellor became very, where my wife is the head, can this issue? Then they set up a committee. You know, Senate, it became a problem. The man first fought the wife at home. What kind of nonsense I understand is happening in the health center? They said that your doctor just issued. The woman said that cannot happen where I work. It is not the standard. No doctor will issue without examining. The Baba professor did not agree. The panel went. The mama got to the health center and called the doctors. I understand that some of you just, they said, when they now brought the case of the girl, the woman asked for the file of the girl. He found out the day in question, the doctor recorded all the interactions, what the girl complained of, what he recommended, everything filled a whole page. and he made a photocopy and sent it to the vice chancellor. Suppose that doctor did not do any examination. Where I'm going, that's where I'm going. Don't join anybody. Somebody, if you are assistant registrar today, somebody is a lecturer, why he came to you and said, please, let's just find a way. And you do it. That lecturer will become a professor. About the time you want to become registrar or deputy registrar, they now call, say, well, this guy has performed very well. It's very good. It's very good, but I think this university should begin to be searching for people of integrity. They say, what is it? We know ourselves in this university. We know ourselves. This person, we work together. I cannot, sitting here, because I really have the interest of this university at that. This person is very good, but when it comes to issue of money, when it comes to issues of women, he will paraphrase, he will not really say anything that you can pick. That is the day you get the judgment for what you have done. What did I say? Oh, no man, anything. Is that okay? Don't join anybody to fabricate anything, to manipulate anything, or to bring out something from the file and say, please just help us make a photocopy. You don't know what they will use that photocopy for. Before you know it, somebody may use it to write against the vice chancellor. The information there may be authentic, but the person will use it in such a mischievous manner. Don't write notes and seek help. You understand now? For your cousin, don't help any students anywhere to pay school fees. If you have a friend in Ibadan and send school fees to your account to help pay for any student in Lautech, don't disagree. Send your money to your son. I will get somebody to guide him how to pay. Because in these days of technology, some of the receipts are not receipts. Things that look good are not as good. If they now find out that about 220 students in Lautech who claim to have paid fees, they didn't pay fees, they will set up a committee. They will call the student one by one. Okay, how did you pay your fee? All of them will mention, because the girl will not know it's fake. He will mention, my father sent my school fees to Mr. Jackson Oluwole, who is Jackson, is senior assistant registrar, is our faculty officer. Then they will invite you. Small letter like this. It's a letter, rough letter. Please, they want you to, we are looking for just to assist the committee. They will invite you to come and assist the committee. By the time you get there, you know that you're already in pepper soup. You may not be the only staff that is mentioned in the whole manner. The university will take it as if you are the Baba Asale of everything that has happened. What am I telling you? You are not to help anybody pay fees. Don't help any contractor to go and pay for anything. And don't collect money on behalf of anybody. Registry must be now involved in the improvement of IGR of the university. We are the single most consistent production of money for the university. Do you agree with me? Our department is the only department where the university makes money on daily basis. If you don't know, we are the one. Although we're not about transcript, the process transcript, they will pay. The money, small money that come in trickles regularly, consistently, is bigger than when somebody come and donate. Is that okay? When you issue certificate, people pay. There are smaller, when people ask for attestation, they pay. Each of these assignments, we must not convert it to personal benefit. Are you listening to me now? It must not be converted to personal benefit. And we must do it diligently, that as they come, they go, so that the money will keep coming in. That way, our registrar will have respect. And Mr. Registrar, you do monthly, that's what I do. Monthly analysis, how much has the university generated from certificate in the month of February? What of transcript? Periodically, you send the report, because at times they think, what are they even doing there? Bursary people, Bursar is not here now. They don't make money, they warehouse money. We are the laborers producing the money. The money does not do big, but 25,000 times 100 people, or times 5,000 people, you can imagine. So the money that is coming quickly, even if he cannot do big things, he may not be able to build a house, but he can he can help the university to buy fuel for generator. Abi? In fact, we can use it to buy vehicles. The Lord will help us. Understanding student-centered approach. The students are the single most important people in the university. If you chase them away, then the university will close. Whatever we are going to do, we should make this place convenient and comfortable and friendly to the students. We must have this skill. What is this skill? Listening skills. Say listening skills. Those of who are women, when you see a female student that say, "Mommy, I want to meet you. I just want to discuss something with you." Farabale. Listen very well, because that girl has something that she's thinking that I can only tell a woman who looks like my mother. Okay, please, I'm very busy. We have a meeting. I'm very busy. When you say that 3 times, the girl will go away. The girl will lose confidence in the totality of all of us. They won't listen. Even if you tell them now, they don't have time. Some of us will also do that in our various homes. Listening skill. How do you listen to somebody? Look at that person by face. That's what the white people do. Anybody you are listening to, you must be looking eyeball to eyeball. That is listening. Even when you are not comfortable, let the person finish before you utter a word. God will help us. Critical thinking and problem solving. As I'm rounding up, critical thinking is the process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing. Can we read this together so that it will not be me alone? What is critical thinking? The process of actively and skillfully conceptualizing, applying, analyzing, synthesizing, and evaluating information gathered from observation, experience, reflection, reasoning, or communication. It involves the ability to think independently, objectively, and logically, and to question assumptions, consider alternative perspectives, and make informed judgment. Critical thinking is different from problem solving. You can critically analyze something, but that does not mean you are providing solution. When you now want to solve the problem, what do? You identify the problem. You generate effective solution and evaluate potential outcome. You must give your dean alternative. It is true, these are the problem. I suggest this, and I recommend this. These two are also good, but when we used it last time, the students were too many, and it created a stampede. Maybe we can do our matriculation in 2 different groups. Maybe we'll do one on Monday or Tuesday, because this all can only take 2,000 and the students are 4,000. Don't tell me that this is the way we did it last year. The development of critical thinking and problem solving skill equips advisors with the ability to analyze complex situations. You must be able to assess risks and devise effective solutions. Through the presentation of relevant case studies, administrators can gain insight into practical application of critical thinking and problem-solving approaches in addressing real-world challenges faced by university. I want to close. My key takeaways. Quintessential administrators are essential catalysts for driving university towards a future of resilience. Our university must be resilient now, because poor funding, all manners of problems, we must be able to bounce back, even when we are checking. Innovation and academics means social, economy, and security challenge. In conclusion, the role of concern is pivotal in steering university towards a better future. By embodying the skills, competency, and strategic foresight discussed throughout this presentation, administrators can lead universities to thrive in the face of uncertainty and drive positive change for the future. I want to thank you for listening.
Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up.
Please, can we please give our guest speaker another round of applause? The oracle has spoken. Please, let's be seated. Thank you very much. Because of our time, we cut many things so that we can close. For those who are traveling, we don't want them to travel, go late. So please, you pardon us. The issue of question and answer, please get it, send it across to the guest speakers or to us. via our email, then they'll handle it. And Oga has a platform where they handle such issues. When you send it to him, they will handle it, and I'm sure they will get back to you. So I want to tender apology for not allowing that aspect. Once again, we appreciate all our guests from Osun State University, Osogbo, Bowen University, Iwo, the Nigerian Baptist Theological Seminary, Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, Redeemers University, Ede, Lautech Teaching Hospital, Ogbomosho, First Technical University, Ibadan, and all others who are online joining us from UI and other places. I also want to acknowledge donation from Teki Alawiye. We just received his donation. Please, let's give him a round of applause. That's another alumnus who is doing us proud. I want us to go to we want to call on our guest speakers who have a token for you in recognition of finding the time to come. And I also want to recognize our SANU chairman. They are here, our labor leaders, and NASU. I think I saw them in the morning. Where are they? They are seated somewhere. NASU president and his team, Obama, and then the NASU chairman. All of them, we have their support. That's why we are here today, despite what is happening. Please, let's appreciate them and give them a round of applause for supporting us. So, Oga, Dr. Awususi, please, want to present this token to you on behalf of the university. After this, I'll call on the LOC chairperson to come and give words of appreciation.
One race for Zenith, we together began one day.
Mr. Kayode Akindele, Olukayode Akindele.
On as we've come this far, we fixed our shoulders, and the time
once again, we appreciate you.
Once again, we thank you so much for being part of us. This time, we would like to call on the chairperson, local organizing committee, to come and appreciate all participants, particularly dignitaries that have been kept here all this while. Mrs. Olojede, please.
The Pro-Chancellor and the Chairman Governing Council, sir, my registrar, the librarian, our Chairman COPD, and our guest speakers. On these notes, we want to render our sincere appreciation to the Council Chairman for finding it to honor us with his presence. Out of his tight schedule, Oga has been here since we started, and he's still here till the very end. Thank you, sir. The history will not forget you. You have made it possible for us in Lautech to have our salary as at when due. Thank you so much. We also want to thank our acting Vice Chancellor. I think he left for another important occasion. They said he's coming. We really appreciate him for giving us this platform to have this 4th edition of this annual registry seminar. We really thank him for the support, both morally and financially. We also thank the bossa in absentia. He has been here before. He left to go and prepare our March salary, which we must have before the close of work on 25th of March. That has been the practice. It is the handiwork of our council chairman. He's not relenting his efforts in getting us our dues from state governments, and we sincerely appreciate him for this. We also, in appreciation to the governor of the state, for having us in mind, for loving Lautech, bombarding us with seeing as at when due. We appreciate this note. I want to specially appreciate our Baba, the great mentor, the mentor of mentors, Baba Dr. Omojola Awosusi. Thank you, Oga, for sharing with us from your wealth of experience. We appreciate you, sir. And we pray that the Lord in his infinite mercy will grant you more life to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Thank you so much, sir. We also thank our brother. The other time I met you at a conference in Abuja on career services at Abuja then. I can never forget the way you tutored all of us. All the professors in that room, they were all looking at Mr. Akindele that day. You did very well. And that one is sinking me. Thank you so much. We appreciate you for also sharing with us from your wealth of experience. Thank you so much. On this note, I want to say thank you to all our sisters university in the hall. Union Osun, 19 came. Redeemers University, 16. Please, a round of applause for them. Bowen University, 16. Nigerian Baptist Technological Seminary, 6. Lautech Teaching Hospital, 16. Obafemi Awolowo University, OAU Ife. Oba University, 7. First Technical University, you daze us with your presence. You marvel us with your presence. 35. And please, Technical University, when you get back to the school, help me greet my younger sister, Dr. Mrs. Ogunjimi, in chemistry department. And please, to all of us, be our mouth to our guests in your various universities. I mean the registrar. And please, I'm very sorry, the time has gone. You can see my Oga by my side. But on this note, I want to say thank you to all the registrar in the house. Thank you so much. You have made our day. We appreciate you. And we pray that the Lord has brought you here safely. We take you back home safely. Thank you so much. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I know my sister, she will want to greet everybody. And I don't want her to greet everybody. Please, before we close, I don't want my salary to be stopped or for council to query me. A council member is here, and my attention was just pointing to it. And that is Professor Ade Adejuma. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean it, sir, to recognize you last. After council chairman, I recognize you, sir. That's just, he's a friend, and he's a jolly good friend for that matter. I want to specially appreciate our deans too. Professor Adewale, I know he left, but he came here. We started together. That's the acting provost, College of Agricultural Sciences and Renewable Natural Resources. Please, let's give him a round of applause. The Dean, Faculty of Management Sciences, Professor Idowu Abiola, we appreciate your presence, ma. Then our usual, he's our friend in the registry, so if I don't greet him, he will understand, but let me recognize him specially. He's always there for us, Professor Ibijua, who is always there to support us, Dean, Faculty of Art and Social Sciences. And COPD, sir, please extend my appreciation to all deans for the way you have supported us in registry so far. Thank you very much. God bless. Piaro, can we? Oh, Dean Faculty, Professor Mrs. Bello. I'm sorry, please let me recognize you specially. Dean Faculty of Clinical Sciences. I'm sorry. Don't worry, maybe you give me injection for forgetting you. Yes. My brother and my friend. Well, maybe because he's a forester. I didn't expect him that he would be here in the hall. Always in the forest. Professor Alamu, Dean Faculty of Renewable and Natural Resources. Thank you very much. On this note, we want to appreciate you all. Piero, thank you for coming, and wish you journey mercies back to your various places of destination.
Please let us rise.
Tech anthem.
Lautech anthem.
Your promotion of applied sciences. See the spectrum and the beginning of the race of progress. Students of Lautech are the leaders today we manifest. Great staff committed to the training of total persons. Great Lautech, great God of us, always stand for excellence. Great Lautech, great God of us, integrity and service. Integrity and service. Integrity and service.
State anthem.
Aṣíwájú ni wá, aṣíwájú ni wá, aṣíwájú ni wá, aṣíwájú ni wá. Ipò aṣíwájú ni Ẹlẹ́dùmarè fún wa nípìnlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká ṣe kiri, ọmọ Ọ̀yọ́ ká tẹpá wa mọ́ṣẹ́, ká bára wa sọ̀rọ̀, ká sòdodo, ká ṣe ohun tó tọ́ tó dára nígbà gbogbo, níbi gbogbo fún ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Onírẹ̀yìn o, lójú mi, onírẹ̀yìn o. Onírẹ̀yìn o, nígbà tèmi, onírẹ̀yìn o. Èmi aṣọ tó tọ́ tó dára nígbà gbogbo, níbi gbogbo fún ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Aṣíwájú ni wá, aṣíwájú ni wá, aṣíwájú ni wá. Aṣíwájú ni wá.
National anthem.
The national anthem. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's fallen to serve the fatherland with love and strength and faith. The name of our heroes first shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Please let's remain standing while the chairman and others leave.
Thank you very much. Lord bless you. Professor Gwale, we appreciate your presence too. Thank you very much.